What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar. We are live. I'm going to get some things set up right now, just real quick, make sure everything's good. I had to rush to the desk here today, man. Oh my goodness. I had to get some things set up before I got going. I'm actually not all the way prepared, but that's okay. You know what? While we're not prepared, while we're letting people roll in here, let's play the music a little bit. I hope it's not as loud as it was last time. In fact, I will turn it down even a little bit in comparison. You know what? We're going to restart it. We're going to go back to... Actually, I don't want to restart because if I do, then it's going to play an ad, and I don't need it. I need to just sign into my YouTube Premium on here, but enough of that. Let's see. I need to share the live stream link with... I almost clicked end there. That would have been bad. Come on. With the Discord... I'm gonna share it right now. Ho ho ho, sore thumbs. I like that Ron Burgundy GIF that you put in the Discord, sore thumbs. That man, Anchorman 1, Anchorman 2 is good, but Anchorman 1's the best. We're gonna let people roll in here. I'm gonna pull it up on this thing so I can see the comments. Let's see here. No, that's not what I want. Bam! What's going on? We got 28 people. What's up? What's up, Fonzie? You are first. How's it going, Shadow Frost? David Stevens, smiling politely. Good evening indeed. Let's go, TF. It's FLG, guys. F, let's G, right? Not LFG. We're starting a new trend. FLG. Especially in days like this. Hey, Cesar, XTN is looking rough right now. Okay, we'll look at it. I own a little bit more than that. I actually don't. I'm not 100% sure how much XCN I own. I need to look at it, but it's not my biggest bag, but it's a significant portion nonetheless. What a bloodbath this week. Yes, absolutely. Good evening, Rough Times. What's up, Lumen Lessons? Appreciate you, Jay Swiss. What's up, Smooth Operator? Smooth Operator in the house, everybody. We might not have him in the Discord, but he's back in the house. You can join. We got the link in the description. Let him bleed. Check ALCX. I got you. I'll do that. As everybody knows, you can just go ahead and request things freely on here, and I will write it down on the list, and we'll go through it. You know, whenever I'm done rambling with certain things and letting people roll in here, we probably won't ramble for too long because a lot of you are already here. So why waste time? You guys were waiting for it, man. Saturdays must be, I guess it's Sunday for crypto, but it's a Saturday for me. Must be a good day for most people. Izzy do. I got you on ACLX. For everybody that's doing requests, I do ask that, I will have to say this again several times throughout the stream, I'm sure, but one request per person. That way everybody can at least get a request in, and we're not just spending so much time. What's up, Robert Lellis? Harmony 1 token, whatever that is. Never heard of it, but... You like to get those obscure ones, and sometimes they're good, so it might be worth taking a look at. We'll see. I'm sure a lot of them have gone down. Theta, oh yeah. Yeah, I bet Theta's in the shitter. What's up, Julio Pina, or Julio? I started thinking about it. It might be Julio Pina, because that kind of makes sense. Let's see. See, Fonzie misses you too. It's not just me. Dragon Riders Unit, what's up? I think you meant to say Unite, but Dragon Riders Unit, it works either way, Ben Dragon. Ben Dragon, D's nuts on the chart. I don't know. We're chilling, you guys, and let me see. Actually, I want to. How am I gonna do this? Hit that like button, by the way. Subscribe if you haven't already. I want to look at something real quick before we really get started here. It does pertain to Bitcoin specifically. I'm going to turn the camera a little bit. I'm a little bit lateral here, or vertical, whatever. Let's see. I got to read some things. I think it would have been a day ago. 1 day ago. Let's look. I'm looking at my comments because somebody said this. Shout out to Go Anders if you're in here, my man, or if you see this, because you brought this up too, and I meant to go over this yesterday. We're going to talk about something with Bitcoin, a ginormous pattern some of you are probably aware of, and somebody requested it in the comments or asked me to talk about it right here. Apache Garage, of course. I knew it, man. I just forgot. But yes, Apache Garage, you mentioned this giant cup and handle that Bitcoin might be in. And I don't normally like cup and handle patterns, but whenever it's formed over a long period of time, I can roll with it a little bit more. I absolutely can. It's these like short little like random like cups with like that's not a cup and handle, you know, or like someone you could call this a cup and handle, I suppose, but this, and I'm sure some of you have already heard or thought of this. Maybe you've seen it, looked at it. I know I'm not the only person that's brought this up, but it's kind of the rumor that's going around. I think if you look at it when it's in a linear chart, not a log chart, it looks a lot better, right? Nice cup. It's a real nice cup, and that's like a perfect handle. It really is a perfect looking pattern. Now, I don't know why, but whenever I read about it online, whenever I hear people talk about it, they say it has a 90% success rate or a 94%. It's one of the most successful patterns that exists. And in my experience, oftentimes it's a failed pattern. Maybe it's successful to the measure move once it does break out, but oftentimes I see a lot of cup and handle looking things that are just false. You know, if we flip this over right here, we invert the chart, I feel like this looks very much like that did not work at all. This looks very much like a cup and a handle, and yet it broke to the downside, right? I mean, the measure move, I guess, would be pretty accurate there, to be completely fair, but I wouldn't call that a cup and handle, right? And it looks like that. I don't know. There's plenty of examples that I've seen. To me, it's one of those like memes of a pattern. But again, looking at it from a longer perspective, this looks like it could be the real deal. And what I love about this, you guys, is it kind of lines up with targets that I've been talking about all along. I don't know where to put this top at, so I'm going to take the conservative target, right? Absolutely, the bottom of the pattern is where you should measure it, but from the top of the pattern, I'm gonna pause the music too, because I'm assuming it's still going. Yes. So we're going to pause the music. I hope there wasn't an ad. There might have been an ad that played for a little bit of time there. We'll do some Jesus TA good vibes, God vibes for that. Let me make sure I'm not skipping anybody though. I just want to write that down real quick and then make sure I'm not skipping ahead of anybody. Jasmy, yeah, I got you, Julio. Jasmy, Enzo, what's up, Enzo? Okay, cool. I didn't skip anybody. It is a flag too, and that's the beautiful thing, Matt, Fonzie. You know, anybody who's aspiring technical analysts, you can have patterns inside of patterns, right? Just like with the fibs, you can have fib retracements inside of fib extensions inside of fib retracements. Like this extension here is probably going to be just as respected as, you know, well, maybe not just as respected, but there's probably going to be respect on both of these fibs, right? We're showing respect right now on the previous cycle or 2 cycles ago is 1618 holding support on it. And we're also showing some respect on this fib. I guess it doesn't actually look that well respected. We'll see as we continue to climb, but there's correspondence. I don't know what congruence. There's similarities in these fibs. The 1272 and the 1414 line up with these targets. You know, not all of them line up, but 3618, 3786. Maybe that'll be later. You know, when we're in the millions, like several cycles down, maybe at least like 2 cycles down, probably. Well, maybe it could be next cycle. It could be next cycle that we're in the millions. I don't think we'd be in the several millions of dollars, but I do think next cycle will hit the millions. Yeah, I can do Brett. VeChain, it's CBJ. Yeah, I got you. VeChain, baby. Zen, Brett. I got that. All right. 80K by the end of August, no selling. It could, dude. Enzo Sachetti. It could. Like, guys, that's no joke. That's no shit. Like, as monstrous as this month has been so far, we're only down 5.7%, right? Like 3 days, we're only down 5.7%. I actually wonder if we look at the crypto fear and greed index. We're going to move on to the requests in a second, but I want to talk about Bitcoin predominantly for just the intro. You know, we're at pretty solid levels of fear, right? Crypto fear and greed index. Bitcoin is the dominant force of the crypto market cap as a whole, and it's only moved down 5.7% in the last like few days, right? Like last week is at 71. We've moved down 5.7%. I wonder what the total market cap looks like before we go over this cup and handle pattern completely. I'm not skipping over anybody's comments. I will go through and read, but I want to try and stay on top of things. You know, maybe, and I do like Bitcoin. I'm going to say this before I do this real quick. Actually, I'll stop jumping around. I'll finish this one thought at a time. Let me see. Actually, we're only down 7.1% for the total market cap of crypto, right? And we've got a lot of fear for that on average. I know everybody's favorite shit coins are probably down a lot more than 7% over the past few days. But what I was going to say is I actually like the total market cap. I like this cup and handle pattern a lot more than I like the BTC one. The reason why is because, to my knowledge, it doesn't invalidate it, but it's less conventional that your cup stops at it's higher than the starting point. It can be, we have slanted patterns that can happen, but I want to go over Thomas Bulkowski's formal definition here. Anybody can do this. You type in thepatternSite.com. I've referred to this a lot over the time that I've started this channel. It's a free website with free access to all these different things. Chart patterns is what I'm going to click on. There's ads. You just got to exit it, whatever. And then we'll scroll down. Here's your glossary, your index. We're going to scroll down to C, the letter C, and go to candlestick patterns. No, we're going to go to, where is it? Cup with handle. Cup with handle right there. And yeah, you've got literally, guys, just this whole glossary. If you're looking to be an aspiring technical analyst, you could just read through this if you're bored and find various patterns. Anything, man, anything and everything. And he'll give you a formal definition. It's not to a T exactly how it's going to be every single time, but it's an idea. It's an idea, right? Let me just make sure. I'm going to read through some comments real quick. Gold had a similar cup and handle. I feel like cup and handles are better in stocks and commodities. Crypto's technically not. I think it is a commodity, but crypto, I've just seen a lot of failed cup and handles. It's like I said, it's been like a meme. Let's see. Of the dragon, that is. Hey, how about the mana? Yeah, we got the Grayscale Mana Trust. We can do that. Mana, I'll write G-Scale next to it so I don't get confused. Though we'll probably talk about both. The Grayscale Trust kind of do get a 2-for-1 because you kind of need to. We will definitely talk about Bitcoin Cash. Zcash for smooth. Yeah, we got you, bro. ZEC, right? ZEC. I have not read I meant to read the new white paper for XCN, Shroom Smuggler. Super bullish. That's nice. No, I'm not going to read it here. This isn't going to be an XCN stream, but maybe that'll be for tomorrow's video. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about BCH. Definitely talk about BCH. That's going to be a little bit later down the poll, unfortunately. Star Lumens in the House of the Dragon. What's up, C-Zar? How's it going, Apache Garage? We're talking about the cup and handle right now. We're actually going to go over that right now. I know you brought that up in your comments, so we're going to do it right now. Dogecoin, I got you. Yeah. It's kind of being boring. Doge analysis is like comp analysis. It's probably like XCN analysis. It's just boring stuff right now. But cup and handle, we're going to go over this. We're going to get started. We're really going to start talking about things now. I'm going to get less distracted. So Thomas Bulkowski, for those of you who don't know who he is, and he updates this all the time, right? Chart pattern indicator updated on 8-1-24, right? So he updated this recently. The last time that he updated this was in March of this year, this specific thing about the cup and handle, and he does integrate chart patterns that he analyzes, that he trades off of. He puts that in on all these statistics that he goes off of. These statistics are backed by like decades of numbers that he's had in place, like in reference to this. So overall performance rank, once is the best. It's 3 out of 39. Break-even failure, about 5%. Average rise, 54%. Throwback, 62%, which means that has a 62% chance of coming back, of being thrown back. A throwback is basically like where you break out and you pull back to the point of a breakout. That's what a throwback is, to my knowledge. Percentage meeting price target. If it's not, somebody correct me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that's it. What's up, Memphis Tigers? What's up, Cactus? Yeah, I can check out Swiftcoin, Shadow Frost, absolutely. Pendle, we got Pendle and Swiftcoin, absolutely. Absolutely, Frank, I got you on Pendle. And then Swift. You're the man, God Vibes. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let's see. The above numbers are based on 913 perfect trades. See the glossary for definitions. Maybe we can look at the glossary real quick because I do want to see what a throwback is, just like QRS. Let's see. Throwback, pull. Yeah, it is a pullback. Percentage of stocks that throwback or pullback to the breakout price. That's what I thought it was, but just to make sure, right? Price trend, price rises into the start of the cup. Well, we have that. It rises into the start of the cup. I mean, I guess here it even rose into the start of the cup. It was moving sideways, but it rose. Or maybe this is our cup and handle on the total. This one does look better in my opinion, but let's see. A rounded turn that looks like a cup with a handle on the right. Yep, we got that. Here's his diagram for it, right? Just an idea. And this is about even, if not lower, than this beginning point over here. Not a V shape. Not a V shape, right? Cup shape. Cup must have a handle on the right from 7 to 65 weeks. Well, I think we have that. And I think it's a little bit longer than that. I don't actually know if there's like a limit on how long it can be, right? But that, let's see. I mean, on a weekly basis, that's 121 weeks. So that's a bit more than Bulkowski's definition, right? But I don't know. To my knowledge, patterns can exist. Smaller time frames create less accuracy for patterns. Larger time frames create more accuracy. I don't have nearly as much experience as this guy does, but he says 7 to 65 weeks. I would wonder if he would identify this as a cup and handle. Cup rims should be near the same price level, but be flexible. Okay, so then yes, this could be a cup and handle on Bitcoin because it's near the same rim, I would say, right? That's a little flexibleness right there. Measure from the height of the right cup lip. Oh, the right lip, he says, not the left lip. And here I was going to measure from the left lip. But again, tomato, tomato, and also it's like not everything is going to be 100%. This is just an idea of how to get things. Intercup cups often form within cups. Huh. Point 1 and 2. Oh yeah, here's a cup right there. There he shows, and then 2. I guess it's right here. Maybe it's kind of a cup. Cups often form within cups, and I feel like we did see that, right? Like here's a cup right over here. Here's a cup kind of right there. A cup, but I don't know. I feel like you could find a cup easily, right? Let's just get the measure move. Let's stop. I feel like we've read enough. Throwbacks hurt performance. Okay. So if we don't want the performance, if we want this thing to see the height of its potential measure move, we would prefer to not see a throwback. That's what he's saying here. Handle shorter than median 22 days show superior. Okay, so shorter handles are better, apparently, as well. Cup with handle example. This, that's, I don't know. To me, that looks almost like a V shape, but I see the cup. I see it, tomato, tomato, whatever. That to me looks more like a cup and handle, but hey, you broke out to the downside there. Looks like you've got more examples, right? Kind of got the cup and handle there. Yes, I see it moving up, but you had the throwback, which hurt its performance. Okay, I can see that too. Yes. Cup with handle, and you had the throwback, and that hurt its performance as well, probably. Cup, large cup with a handle, and you had the pullback again, which you didn't get the full extension of your measure move, hurt its performance again. So a lot of these hurt performances with these throwbacks. So hopefully we don't get a throwback, but I don't think that would mean Bitcoin only runs up a little bit and then we have a bear market. I think we have a lot of time. We have the cycles to go off of. But based off his measure move idea here, the moment we've all been waiting for, and I'm sure some of you who have TradingView have probably already done this, but from a bottom of the pattern to the top of the pattern, if anybody's thinking this doesn't look like a cup, if we put it in linear scale, I feel like that definitely looks more like a cup. Low to high here, this would be your measure move, and you would measure it. Do you measure it from the bottom of the cup? You would measure it or from the handle. You'd measure it from the top of the handle. Okay, top of the handle. That's nice. I was going to measure from the bottom. I like to be conservative, but from the tip top, that's what he says. This is what Bulkowski says, and that gives us a price target of, in a linear scale, that gives us a price target of 131,000. Is that right? Did I draw that properly? Let's just see. 376%. See, something's off here. Maybe not. Okay. Whereas, okay, I remember what it is now. Okay. If I go into a log scale, though, so that'd be like 131K in a linear scale. If you define this as a cup and handle in the log scale, I'm pretty sure that actually increases the measure move. But it might be better to take the linear move, right? But from a bottom to a top, the measure move would take you, in this case, all the way up to about 362,000. So I guess it depends. Both could be right, I suppose, but I think using the linear scale, using something that's a little bit more conservative is always a good way to go. That doesn't mean we have to stop there. That's just the measure move of the pattern, right? When we break out of our all-time high zone, we're consolidating right around it. When we break out of it, the immediate move will likely take us up to this 1414 area, right? And probably just past it with the measure move on the linear scale. And that's a lot of that's what we've been doing in crypto a lot this cycle, is just going above the 1414 and then kind of pulling back, consolidating, and then heading higher, or pulling all the way back and then going up. We don't want to see that all the way pullback though, right? Because that would hurt performance afterwards. We don't want to see that. I guess it depends on what definition you want to use. Knowing this guy, he'd probably say use the linear scale, not the logarithmic scale, but I like to use log. But patterns, when you're doing chart patterns like this, you should use the linear scale. I'm going to be just completely fair there. Nonetheless, though, we do have targets up at 462,000 for the end of the cycle, 259,000, 173,000, stuff like that. That would be the minimum expectation that I have for the end of the cycle personally. But that's enough of Bitcoin, I think. We can do some of the short-term stuff and then move on from there and get through some of these requests. I'll check out the comments in a second. Thank you all for being here. 95 people. Damn, bro. That is a lot compared to the last time we had. Thank you all for being here. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Let's see, maybe that's not the best. Reaching for the 1272 but not quite getting there is actually a really good sign in itself. For everything that I just said, I don't believe that we're going to see a lower low. We could and we would still be fine, but I don't think we're going to. To validate that, what we would like to see is a kind of a bit of turbulence around this 618 area, 59.2K, 59.3K, around there. We might not even reach for it. As we reached for the 1272 of this fib here, if I can just draw it properly. Come on now, we're almost there. Low to high. We reached for it but couldn't quite get there. That was a bullish thing. It would also be a bullish thing if you reach for the 618 but you can't quite get there, because the golden ratio, the 618, that is one of the more coveted Fibonacci areas. And not only that, it is a previous resistance area back here on the price, previous support area on this wick here, which you can't really see, and also previous areas of support back here. So beyond the fibs, it's definitely an area that we've shown significance on. And I'll just delete the fib so you can kind of see it with your own eyes, right? In case it's hard to see. Resistance, support area, support, right? It would be an area that probably has a lot of attention on it. So this area getting front ran, not hitting it, but reaching for it as we kind of have already, and then turning around would actually be a really bullish sign. But I wouldn't be surprised if we went that low. We can go lower. We can go lower and it's okay, but what we don't want to see on the first pass, which this would be from a low point here to a high point here, this would be the first pass down to the 618. What we don't want to see is a daily close below this level at first. If we bounce off of this level, we move up here, and then we close below it, I'm more okay with that. But if we close below it on the first attempt, well, then maybe we are seeing a lower low. Maybe we will go below 50K. But we'll get to that. We'll cross that road whenever it comes. Looking at the daily RSI, it looks like hell fell off a cliff. Yes, it did. Had some bearish divergence, rejected the overbought zone, and tipped the 50 to push it down a little bit. We are in the bearish area of control, but I do like that we have this higher low kind of going on. I don't like that it's not really in a trend though, right? Like it's kind of fallen out of that trend there, but it is a higher low. Nevertheless, the way that it looks, I would expect that you go down a little bit more. Going down a little bit more does not mean that we have to drop a shit ton, but don't be surprised if we see that 59 to 58K level. Again, reaching below the 618 is okay. We just don't want to close below there. 4-hour time frame. Let's see here. 4-hour time frame, that bullish divergence just didn't work out. I don't know if this still constitutes as bullish divergence, because yes, it's a higher low kind of look, but it's a lower low relative to this here, right? And you've got the lower low there, so I don't know what to make of that. What I can say is that we dropped lower with decreased volume, right? That's a good thing if you want to see the price revert and come back up. Just like moving up higher with volume decreasing, right? We're continuing to move up higher and volume's decreasing. That was a bad thing, right? Moving down lower with volume decreasing can be a good thing. And let's see, I don't know if I have anything else that I want to add on that. 1 hour kind of looks good, actually. This could be the bottom. I'm totally comfortable with the idea that this price, the low that we had at about $59,871 yesterday, could be the low. It absolutely could. We can draw a line right at the bottom here, and then we'll move on. But from this low point here across the way, kind of at this area of resistance, kind of at support, right? It kind of makes sense. Reaching for the 618 from this low to high, it kind of makes sense, but it wouldn't be crazy if we went lower. So don't be discouraged if we do go lower, right? Just have fun watching all the people on X.com and on your local Discords losing their minds over this very minimal move on Bitcoin, but they're probably losing their minds over the stronger moves that are happening in altcoins. A 5% move for Bitcoin can be like a 30% move for altcoins. So that's it for Bitcoin. We're going to move through these requests. I'm going to read the comments. We're going to BS for a second, and then we'll get going. Balloon, I will do Clean Spark. I won't do Marathon or IREN unless other people request them. I want to do one request per person, at least at first, before I work through this list. The list is already big, so I just feel like even if I do one request per person, what's up, CJ? How you doing? If I just do that, it's still going to get a little bit left behind, but we'll do Clean Spark. Shadow VPN. What is that a coin? I can try and do a shadow node, shadow VPN. I can try and do a video of that, but I'll talk about it here for you too. SVPN. Thank you, Frank Bambino. I love them too, man. They're fun. Private sender, I will do Jesus Coin. I've got that on the list. Time to smoke some ZA and enjoy the stream. Hell yeah, Cactus. Thank you, bro. And smoke all the ZA you want, bro. Hit that like button. Yes, please. Thanks, Memphis Tigers, for that. Let's see. Do I have anything else? No. Okay, cool. We got all the comments there. Can I cover Loop Ring? I'll do. Is Loop Ring LRP? LRC? Loop Ring. It is LRC. Yeah, I can do LRC. Yeah. For Shroot, Bitcoin Mini Trust. I don't know. I can write that down. Is that the ticker? Bilcos, Bitcoin Mini Trust. I'm just writing the request down, and then we'll keep going. The handle looks like Wyckoff Reaccumulation Schematic 1. PK, that might be true. I'm not the most well-versed in Wyckoff. That's what I love about TA, guys. There's just so many different levels of expertise or like areas to like focus on. Wyckoff is not one that I've focused on, but I believe it. I believe that it's a real thing that people can profit and trade and analyze. It's just not something that I'm the most well versed in, right? I wouldn't say I'm the best at identifying it. I can see where things look like that, but I'm not. I don't have an opinion if it is or isn't a Wyckoff on the handle. Crypto market did this exact same thing last time post halving. Nothing out of the norm. Yeah, I would say so. It's if you look back at my videos, not that I've been calling for this, I've definitely flopped on this opinion since these videos, but if you look back at my videos before the halving, like right around the halving, I literally said, and I feel like my long-term analysis always outweighs my short-term analysis, because the short-term's been wrong, but the long-term stuff that I was talking about back around the halving time is right, which I was basically saying it would at least be August, if not September, that we would start to move up again. If I just stuck with that the whole time, man. And it's like I knew that back then, but the short-term swings, they play tricks on you, and that's what it's meant to do. But if you're just holding and buying more, you're not phased by these swings. If you're trying to trade them short-term, then you'll get screwed. What's up, Fanta? How you doing? Weekends make it easier. Hell yeah, definitely they do. Thank you, Dustin. I appreciate you. What's Bitcoin's price by the summer? So not in the summer, but by the summer of 2025, Frank Bambino? I would think you've at least hit 170K by then. If not, you're in the multi-hundred thousands, but I don't have an accurate idea as to what that would be. I would think at least 170K. I'm going to stick with that. Yeah, by the summer. Not in the summer, by summer, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if it was higher. Well, maybe not higher. I'm gonna guess, yeah, like around 130 to 170K. Yeah, smooth operator. I could see that. I could really see that. Yeah, it might not go below 59K because there's a whole lot of support down. A lot of people want to get it for sure. Let's see. How you doing, Tri Kings? Coinbase, I got you. Almost through these requests, guys, and then we'll actually get moving on to some more TA here. $5 call option for this week. Am I screwed? CJ, what's your 205? Oh, for coin. Oh, let me see, man. You might be screwed. I don't know what the price is. Appreciate you, Drapier Johnson. Yeah, we can do leash. You know what? I'm going to throw leash up on the top because you guys, Drapier actually, he asked for this in the last live stream. I'm going to throw it like third one down from the requests. He asked for this on the last live stream. I tried to do a video on it, but he gave me the wrong request, but he's got the right one now. He called it Doge Killer, which that's what it's called, but I didn't get the ticker. I couldn't find it. So Matt, we'll definitely talk about AMP for you, AMP. Do I think Solana will become an ETF by this Bitcoin cycle? I don't think so, Frank. Maybe, but I don't think so. Certainly not by the end of this year, but if it were to happen in this Bitcoin cycle, it'd probably be toward the end of the cycle. That might be like the top. I don't know, though. Blue Zell will continue to go down. Maybe, Jeff, it could. We can actually talk about Blue Zell. That'll be Jeff's request, BLZ. But if it does, I'm not worried about it. What's up, John Speed? Just buy the dips, Peaks. That's right. BTC is the ticker. Okay, that's good to know, Bilkos. Federal lower rates, yes. What is the best Bitcoin ETF? Can I please do ICP? Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably not the best one to ask for that. There's a little bit more fundamental analysis I think that needs to go into play. If I was to say what the best ETF is, it'd probably be the one that has the most liquidity with the lowest transaction fees, just at a base level. That, in my opinion, the best ETF would be the one with the highest liquidity and the lowest transaction values. That's good to know, PK. I can write Gemini down in case we do that. All right, guys, let's get started. Enough fondling the balls here. Let's get going. So we are going to talk about ALCX first. Here's kind of the first five. ALCX, Harmony 1 token, Theta, Leash, and Jesus Coin. Jasmine, VeChain, Zen, Brett after that, and we've got a whole lot more to go after that. So ALCX is the first one on the list. Alchemix. Coinbase here, taking a little bit of a dump. You're in your oversold zone, though. This could be a nice double bottom area. You could go lower. Absolutely, you could. Accumulating for a very long time, so that's not bad. I'm not discouraged by this at all. You could go lower than this low and still be fine. It's not ideal, obviously, but you could. The fact that you rejected your 618, it's not necessarily a good look. I would think you go lower. Let's look for 1214. You're at 1433. I will say, though, you could have some grace with this thing, being that you do have this bullish divergence on the weekly forming right now. You could go a little bit lower, but if you close this week here and then next week you start moving up, it's not confirmed bullish divergence till you get a green week. But it really wouldn't be crazy if you move down to 1214. And also on another note, if the rest of the crypto market starts moving up before this moves down, this could get a pop up with it, right? It is in double bottom territory. I don't like the daily RSI, though, and I don't like what you're doing with the fibs. Everything about this would suggest to me that you are at least at a minimum going to about like $12.12, if not lower. Generally, with this kind of look, I'm not going to lie. I would expect to see extensions, but I'm not calling for that. I do think you'll hold support here, but time will tell. If you move up, I think it'd be a little bit. You might move up. It's $15 first, around there, 15 to 15.50, and then continue to move down, or you might just shit the bed from here. But that's ALCX. I do think you're going lower. Harmony 1. Oh, it's 1. Okay, that's what you were saying. All right. I knew Harmony. I've never heard of Harmony 1 token. I've heard of Harmony. This is what it made me think of, but it's called 1, right? That's the ticker. Let's see here. Weekly RSI would suggest you would go lower. It kind of reminds me of the last chart that we just did, from a low to a high here. Nope, that's not the high. That is, though. I don't hate this one as much. I don't mind it. I would say that you stand a chance of forming a double bottom here. You really do. It just depends, right? If you go lower, same thing. Probably down to the 886 would be where you go. just below a cent at 0.91 cents. You're at 1.17 cents now, but you could hold this area. You could move down to your 786. You could have a technical double bottom, even a slightly lower low without reaching for this. I have more hopes for this one. Right now, I would expect that you move up probably to about 1.265 cents, and then you probably move down from there. 1 hour RSI looks bearish as hell. 4 hour RSI, daily RSI looks bearish as hell. Again, if you were to continue moving up, if this was your low, then that would mean that the rest of the markets would probably start moving up as well. So at this point, I would expect a lower high and then a move either down to like form some kind of double bottom, or probably more likely that 886. You know, I just don't know. If you move up from here and then you move down, I guess that would look fine for double bottom. It would almost look like a triple bottom. I don't know. And it wouldn't take that many days. I'm going to stick with what I said originally. If I'm wrong, if you are done going lower and you're going to move up, close a day above 1.314 cents. A little bit of a head scratcher on that one, but that's one. Theta is the next one. Man, oh man, I don't know. I don't want to see. Yeah, it dropped. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. This one I'm scared for. This one I am scared for. Let's actually see. Do you have some bullish divergence, to be completely fair? Might be good for a move up to about $1.3, $1.28. The reason why I'm scared for Theta is if we look at it on a long-term basis, I remember it basically broke below its 618 on the first attempt and then found resistance. Maybe it wasn't this 618. Oh, that's actually not a bad. Why? I swear I was bearish on this. Maybe it's the more relative one. No. Am I thinking of a different token? I swear I was bearish on it, man. Maybe it's this one. Let me see. Am I just wrong? Maybe I'm thinking of a different token. I swear I was bearish on this one last time, but I don't know why I would have been, because that's a nice bounce off your 618. Was it a different token? I don't know. I don't know. If anybody requested this, I'd have to look back at my videos because I swear I was bearish on it. 382, 236, rejection down to your 618. Very common maneuver. I like this. I actually like. I don't like your weekly RSI. It would suggest you go lower. Your daily RSI. You know, I wonder if in my last analysis, if I like had the wrong, if I drew it wrong or something, if I like didn't have the fibs connected to the right areas, or I'm just thinking of a different coin. Let's see. No, yeah, none of this looks bad. If I was bearish in my last video, I take it back, man. This actually doesn't look bad at all. I would think this thing is soon to move up. I like where you are. Previous areas of resistance here, confirming it as some kind of double bottom here, proving support on it, maybe. You're right at your 618 area where you literally found some support off of it. What about on the daily basis again? Daily RSI doesn't look the best right now, but you've got 3 higher lows. I don't know. It's not bad. You've got double bullish divergence, man. I would think you do move up. Okay, what I didn't like about Theta, if this is the one that I'm thinking of, was the fact that you broke out of your inverse head and shoulders pattern, right, to the downside. Well, I don't know, man. If it goes lower, I don't think it goes that much. I don't think you'll break below $1, and then you'll move up. If I was bearish on this a few days ago, I'm sorry, because I think that you're fine. You're probably going to move up from here. If not, move just a little bit lower, right? I don't think you break below $1. I really would be surprised if you did not form some kind of double bottom and then move up here. But I'm getting too hung up on this one. Let's move on. Leash is the next one. Doge Killer. I typed in Doge Killer and it just never, like, is this... Huh. Maybe it did come up. No, I didn't space it. That's why. Anyways, logarithmic here. Had a fake out, breakout, and then down to the depths here. You know what? I would assume that this thing moved up probably with Doge. Let's compare it. You know what? We don't even need to compare it. Let's just throw a correlation coefficient on there. See how well it respects Doge. Damn it. I did the thing that I normally do. Let's see. Doge on Binance, sure. Very correlated, right? Since this pump, very correlated. So this thing, Doge is this thing's daddy. Okay, that's my genuine kind of thought here. Just like any of the Dogecoin spinoffs right now, except for like Whiff. Whiff is kind of in its own thing, I guess. But I would assume this thing's going to be boring until Dogecoin starts being exciting. So you're probably going to work your way down to the lows here. You'll probably do another one of these phases where you move sideways for a second. Maybe it's this amount of time, maybe it's this amount of time, maybe it's the longer period. I don't know, but I would think something into like September or October, you're going to be chilling in these areas. Any prices lower than you are now are probably a good area to buy. It's probably a decent area to buy now, but I don't know much about this coin. It's probably another like Doge spinoff. It's the Doge killer, so it probably isn't destined for greatness by any means, but it could. You never know. It could see some crazy prices, but high to low. I'm going to take this low, not these like fake out lows. I mean, maybe you could return to prices around 6K. If not, I would feel confident in at least like $2,400 to $3,000, $2,400 to $3,000. All-time highs at 23K seem a bit unlikely, but maybe it could happen. Let's go to CoinGecko real quick. I just want to see the market cap of this thing. Leash. I don't know why I have caps lock on. Yeah, it could be a bit insane, I think, right? Not that insane. It's 100x. I mean, it's insane, but 100x's are not unfamiliar waters for cryptos, right? I would say it's going to be boring. That's my best guess, man. It's just going to be boring. It's going to be very boring until Dogecoin starts doing things. Expect it to be boring until September, like late September, or more likely October or later. That'd be my best guess. As of now, sideways, moving down. If it moves up, it's going to be given back. You know, boring. That's what I'm expecting out of this. Jesus Coin is the next one. Jesus Coin. Oh, hey, it's already pulled up here. And Jesus Coin is moving down. I think I made the call that we were going to see prices lower than this low on this day here. As obvious as that was, right? From a low point here to this high point here, we're probably going to reach for that 7064 area to 7054. Yes, even as low as that. I'm personally not thinking that we're going to see this 1618 because that would take us a little lower than here. And I don't think that if we went lower than these lows, we'd probably be in some real trouble with Jesus Coin. But I mean, we could go lower still. It is completely possible. I just feel like we've already broken out of this like initial trend, right? Like if you look at it on the daily here, you've kind of broken out of this, and you might be back in it. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know where I would want to draw this from. Maybe from back here first. Why does it do this to me? I feel like I always extend the lines. Come on now. There we go. Yeah, I would say you're back in it probably. It's not the prettiest thing. It's a low liquidity thing. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be completely well respected. I'd say you're back in it. I don't know. Maybe you haven't broken out of it. In which case, you could go lower than this low, but we don't want to see that. So, if we don't want to see that, what you need to do really would be to hold that 7064 area to 706 area. You're at 706996 right now. That's what they call a radar, right? It's the same front to back. You can even flip it upside down and it would be 9s and 6s, but kind of a cool collection of numbers there. But yeah, I would think it goes lower. Daily RSI looks terrible. Weekly RSI rejecting the 50, not a good look. 4 hour looks bad as well. Lower we go. Moving down lower with volume decreasing as we go down though. That's a little bit optimistic there, I suppose, but probably lower nonetheless. Jasmy is the next one. I'm going to go over Jasmy, VeChain, Zen, and Brett, and then I'll mess around with the comments for a second. I just want to move through these. We'll look at this, actually. Sorry. I didn't mean to have it on the ribbon there. But I'm happy to pull up the ribbon because I know not everybody has the premium on TradingView, so you don't have that option available. They limit you on. They used to not. The ribbon used to be something that you could do for free, but now you have to have the premium. Definitely like the movement of Jasmy so far. I'm not worried about it at all. Down 25% this week from a low to a high, and BitBoy talked about it, so it's probably destined to go down now. I feel like in the long term he actually does make some pretty good calls. Maybe in the short term not so much. I can relate to that. Low to high, You know, you could move down to your 382. You could have some kind of head and shoulders look. It's possible. It is possible. It really is. Let's look at the weekly RSI. Weekly RSI looks like it's postured to the downside. You do have that bearish divergence, and you've broken out of this uptrend that you had. You've freshly broken out of that in the last like couple months. I'm going to call for it, man. 1.56 cents. You're at 2.38 cents. I am somewhat confident you're going to do that, yeah. Because if you were to bounce off your 236 and move up, I don't think that you would interact with it again like this. I mean, it depends. If you are consolidating around your 236, you could move up. That I suppose could happen. But this isn't really a like strong move to go off of, right? If it was, I wouldn't call this. This was a strong move to go off of, and at which case I bet you did that exact thing where you held your 236. Yeah, like, but this is different. It was a strong move, but not in comparison to this, right? It's like you showed strength and then you showed weaker movements with bearish divergence. I think you are. I feel very confident in saying 1.56 cents, probably around there, is where you're going to go. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. Looking at the daily RSI, daily looks like ass as well, my friend. So lower is my guess for Jasmine. V-chain, get that V-chain out there, man. Get that, what is it called? I don't know. I'm not going to say that actually. VET V-chain on a weekly basis, rejecting its 50 area, was above the 123 moving average, doesn't seem to care about it at all, definitely disrespects it, so that's okay. From a low to a high, 618, 382, probably going lower, probably. You do have a chance as long as you're not closing below 2.275 cents. I would say you have a chance to move higher. It is possible, but generally with this kind of look, I would expect that you go to your 786, 886 zone, which would be about 1.79 cents to 1.55 cents. You're at 2.434 cents right now. Weekly RSI looks bad. Daily RSI looks bad. I wouldn't be surprised, however, if you moved up from here. Again, will this just be another lower high in this trend, or will this be your bounce off the 618? If you can close above the 382, if you can get a day to close above, what price is it? Basically 3.18 cents. Yeah, 185. I would have hopes that that is the low and that you are moving higher. But as of right now, my hopes are reserved. I am more thinking you go to the downside. 4 hour looks bad. I don't even think you'll move up to like 2.6 cents. You're at 2.434 cents right now. But a little bit of upside maybe, and then ultimately down lower again. Where are you going to go? 1.789 to 1.55 cents, something like that for V-chain. Zen, Horizon. Let's see, Binance. There we go. A little bit more. Moving down a little bit. Yes, you are. Weekly RSI is neutral. I don't mind it. It doesn't look terrible, but it could go down. Rejecting your 123 weekly moving average right there. You found resistance in this area, support in this area, a little bit of disrespect here, but you've shown some respect, so this could be a solid resistance or rejection area here. Rejecting your 60 on the weekly RSI as well. Normally closing below the 382 isn't good. Let's see what you do with the next 21 hours. If you can get back above $9.8, $9.08.648, I'd have hope, right? You'd have to close today up there above this 382. If you can't, well, likely you're going to go to your 236. You might even go lower. I'm curious to see what you're doing right now. Are you interacting with your 618 here? Yeah, there's a lot suggesting you'd go down to that $8 to $7.54 area, even if you do move up today. I'm not optimistic that it holds here. Maybe for a short amount of time, but it probably does move lower. That'd be my best guess. Yeah, probably around $7.67, but it could hold $8, $7.54, something like that, you know. But that's my best guess for Horizon. I do think it's moving down a little bit. Brett is the next one. Brett on, is it not on Coinbase? Don't they have it on Coinbase? It's existed longer than this. Maybe not KuCoin. Let's go on. Nope, not Kraken. Spot, Bybit. Sure, we'll use Bybit. Sure. Well, Brett, you are moving down, aren't you? 382, nice. I like that. You know what? I think Brett found its low. I could be wrong, but I think it found its low. Let's see how you do, but this looks really good to me. I actually like this a lot. What'd you do relatively speaking? What did you do from a low here to a high here? Yeah, dude, right below your 1414. You guys, I've been pointing this out so many times, right? Just below the 1414. That's a very common thing this cycle. I like it. I like it, man. Yeah, kind of right at the area where this like these big candles happened. Little checkout, little chill point here, and it's at your 382. Very strong moves, you guys, which I would call this a very strong move. They oftentimes do find support on their 382, and it's very common to go just below your 382 on the first attempt. I like it. I do like it. I don't mind where your daily RSI is. It doesn't look the best right now, but to be completely fair, looking at it for what it's worth, you know, you're kind of at this like low point of your like descending trend line in the RSI, if there were to be one, right? Kind of like that. You could go lower maybe, but it wouldn't be crazy if you found support around here and then moved up. What would be nice is you don't even have to like change the trend of this RSI. You don't even have to like see something like this. You could, but to see a move that comes back to like somewhere of the norms of these highs here around the 50 or whatever, that would probably promote a nice bounce off this 382. And if you were to close above this 236 at 11.7 cents, that would give me a lot of validation and belief that this is the low. You could close above this and then get below it again. It's okay. As long, I would really like that if you don't go below this again once you get above it. But I'm pretty confident that Brett found its low. If it didn't, it's very close. Okay, it's very, very close. It could go a little bit lower. I wouldn't think it goes dramatically lower. If I'm wrong, perhaps you are going back to your previous all-time high on a daily closing basis where this support area was. Perhaps you are going down to 6.99 cents. But that would be the lowest that I would expect this thing to go, personally. Let me take that back, actually. Let's see. Right. Yeah. Right around your 0.5. Yeah, I think that's fine. What's this one? Yeah, I don't think you're going to go that low. I'm confident. I'm comfortable enough calling this a low right here for Brett. All right, so we're going to talk about mana, and then I'm going to go over the comments in a second because I've been missing out on a lot. We lost a lot of people, guys. The Bitcoin, a lot of people like the Bitcoin cup and handle talk, but now we're down to 76 people. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. It's the weekend. People got things they're doing, right? I'm not the highlight of everybody's life. I'd like to pretend that I am sometimes, you know, but I'm grateful for everybody being here. It's a lot more lively than it was when we had the 20 people last time, but again, grateful for everybody, regardless if it's 8 people or 80 people. Thank you all for being here. $11.22 right now. And I hope everybody knows that was just a joke. I don't care if I'm the highlight of your life or not. That's that was just a joke. It was just a joke. I'm not that vain, man. Mana, Grayscale Trust. I wouldn't be surprised if it moves lower. $9.30. But you're also at this previous area of support back here. Oh, I don't like your daily RSI. I really don't like your daily RSI. This thing is lower liquidity. It's got more liquidity in it now, obviously, than it did back here. It's a lot less spotty in comparison. What about on a weekly basis? Let's get a wider zoom at this kind of look here. From a high to a low fib. Right above the 1414, right at your 786. Hey, this is a nice area to find support. If not, you could go down to 755. You're at $11.22 now. We'll look at mana, the underlying asset, too, with this. But this fib would suggest you go lower, and you're respecting that pretty well. I think you do. I bet you go down to $10. Nice round number for psychological support and support here. $10 would make sense. And mana's continued to move down even after the Grayscale Trust close. So, yeah, I'm going to stick with that. $10 for mana Grayscale. Wouldn't be surprised if mana was around a low point here as well, though. Yeah, so we're going to stick with that. All right, I'm going to read through some of the comments. What could I put up in lieu of that? right? We're just going to have the screen here be boring, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I can put my big face up on the screen. Get the big face going. Bam! There I am. Let's see here. So, howdy, we got some new people in here. Thank you guys for joining. I'm just going to read through some of the comments right now, and then I'll be jumping back to the TA in a second. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. BCHG, Lumen Lessons. Yeah, we can talk about that. BCHG. Isn't that your second request, sir? Isn't that? If it isn't, I'm sorry for accusing you, but I think it is. Trying to sneak one by me. Let's see. ICP for John Speed. Isn't that your second request, Mr. John? I swear you guys are taking advantage of it here. The OGs are. Or maybe not. No, because he said, hey. Okay, nope, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Did I write ICP already on there? No, that's what it was. You were talking about... Yes, I did. I did write it on there. Wow, that was the last one I wrote right before BCHG. My bad. My bad. Gemini Exchange. Yes, okay, there we go. XCN and Jasmy. We've got both of those on the list. We already went over Jasmy. Maybe we don't have XCN. I thought we did have XCN, but we'll go over XCN for you, Mr. Muhammad. You think BCH will go to 200, Fonzie? It could be. I mean, it could. It's possible. I hope so. I would love to buy some down there, man. Do you stock RSI or MACD sometimes? I do RSI most of the time. I'll use the MACD if there's like big things happening or if it's relevant. I don't always check the MACD. I find the MACD to be useful. It's just not my preferred tool of choice personally, but I know how to use it. It's not where like Wyckoff, I'm aware of it and I can see how it looks, like I know how it looks almost, but I'm not the best at identifying that or utilizing that as like a form of analysis. But with the MACD, I could definitely use that in analysis. I'm comfortable with that, but I don't personally. But I could start doing it. You know, to be completely fair, I actually used to use the MACD all the time. What made me stop using it was this channel, now that I'm remembering correctly, because if I have multiple indicators, I just feel like it's too much, like, right, like here, let me show you, right? Like I've got one indicator here, I've got the RSI, I like how much I can see the chart. If I type in MACD right here, it's one of my favorites, right? It's so much less chart, and yes, I can squeeze this down a little bit, but it's just, I don't know, it's less chart. Maybe I should start using it again because I really do like the MACD. You've got some bullish divergence on your weekly here. You're below your zero though, you know, and you're rejecting your zero line here. This would imply you go lower, you know, stuff like that. Building divergence too. You know, a lot of people, they know all about the histograms. They use the histograms and stuff, but they don't talk about the oscillators and their interactions with these numbers over here are here not for the histograms. I mean, they can be to a certain degree, but it's more for the oscillators, right? Because the histograms change throughout time. Like if you go back, like you have these huge, right? And that's how it is. They either get bigger or they get smaller as time goes on for whatever reason. But the oscillators kind of stay the same or like within like the same areas of these numbers. Obviously, these ones didn't with these huge maneuvers, but and I guess these do obviously dictate the kind of the depth of the histogram itself. But I don't know. People will get rid of the oscillators, and I just think that that's so lame because that's a huge part of the MACD tool itself. Finding resistance at this area, you can see it did that multiple times. That's pretty damn significant, man. And you had the bearish divergence, sure, on your daily time frame with the histogram, but this rejection off the zero pairing with that should have told us, you know. Maybe I will start using the MACD more, but I'm going to get my big fat face on there and start reading the comments some more. We'll leave it on for the rest of the video. Can I go over Turbo and or Pepe? We're going to do Turbo. Turbo. Let's see. I got you, C-Long. Coins that are the most boring by most are holding the best. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yep. Yeah. And that's the thing, too, with BCH. It's dropped more than Bitcoin over the past few days. BSV, too. And well, I don't know if XMR's dropped more. Maybe it has. But because of their relative pumps that they've had, their relative like movements up, they're actually doing better. A lot of coins are like showing double bottoms or even lower lows right now, you know. So yeah, a lot of the coins that have been boring, they're better suited right now than a lot of other coins, right? Meme coins destroyed to pieces. Yes, my meme coin bags are dead, man. They're dead in the water. What's up, the Marky P? Let's see here. I'm thinking LTCN to XMR to Doge rotation. Maybe. Might be good. That Doge rotation might be late if you do it like after October. That's just my 2 cents. Although maybe not. If it's still boring, and maybe it goes as late as like December before it's blast off time. If I have time, can I do ABT? Frank, I think I don't have ABT on here. I've got it though. I'll write it down. Past bedtime, can't stay. K Carvel, good to see you, my man. Appreciate you too, my man. See you at breakfast as usual. Hell yeah. Oh, you're saying no request or shout. I just did it though, man. I just did it. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thank you. Always low key, always cool, always chill. Appreciate you. Will you do TA on Jasmine? I did, John Faust. If you didn't see it, or maybe you did see it before I got to this part, but I got a lot of comments I'm going through, guys. Magnetic impulsion transport intelligence. It might I could see that because LTC kind of front runs things. It might front run. What's up, Andrew D'Angelo? Thank you, my man. I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you, C-Car guy. Dude, I love doing these live streams. It's nice. It's always fun. It's a good time. Gives us a chance to bullshit a little bit, you know. And I do want to bullshit after reading the comments. I don't want to just get right back to the TA. We'll bullshit for a second, but then, yeah. Thank you, Dragon Rider. Jesus Coin, we talked about that one already. Jumper DS World. Your numbers are growing steadily. Nice. Thank you, Fanta. Yes, yeah, steadily. You know, in these times when the market is just so boring, and we're going to go over the charts in a second. You know, maybe I'll pull the charts back up so my face isn't just on here. But when the markets are just so boring, you guys, like, this is the time when the boys become men, when the girls become ladies, right? These are the times when we start to capitulate, and we really are. We are getting toward the end of things being bad. We're getting toward the beginning of things being good again. I often say it's not moving down that hurts people, right? And just notice that, like, obviously we've been moving down the past like few days, right? To kick this month off, we have, but people are more discouraged now than they were on the initial drop that we had months ago, right back around the halving. People were a lot less discouraged then. People were DCAing all the time. Now people have DCA'd. They've probably overextended themselves, put more money that they can afford or more money than they might have been comfortable with, expecting it to just come back up immediately. And now we're not really dropping more, right? Bitcoin's not at new lows. Most cryptos are not at new lows, but we're at these we're at this point where we've just been kind of moving sideways. Every pump gets sold into. Every sell gets pumped into, gets your hopes up just to take them away again. The hardest times are not when it dumps. We can withstand that for whatever reason. It's whenever we're moving sideways and being boring, right? And I feel like that's exactly what's going on now. People are just bored with the market. We're waiting, and I'm bored. I wish we were just moving up, of course, but you know, it's just not that time in the market. But yeah, man, and this all started because Fanta was saying my numbers are growing steadily. They are growing steadily, but they're going slower than normal, and that's probably because we're being so boring in the markets, right? Normally, even whenever we were moving down, they're growing at faster pace. I had better rates of new subscribers and viewers, you know. Not that I'm complaining. It's a fact. That's like literally what's going on, and I hear that across bigger channels, smaller YouTube channels. Everybody's feeling it, right? And that's just because crypto is boring right now, right? Nobody wants to look at the charts when they're boring. But enough of that. Let's get back to the comments, and then we'll get back to the TA. Yeah, I got LRC. Let me see. LRC is a little bit down the list. We've got Zcash, BCH, Doge, Pendle, Swiftcoin, CleanSpark, SVPN, and then LRC. It's number 8 on the list. And then we got about 8 more after that. Shroot, I got you. Oh, Zaddy, amen. Cactus, you are funny, bro. What is the doom? Just got off work. There's no doom. 1776. That's a good question, Scalia. There's no doom. I figured that was a fitting title because a lot of people in the markets are feeling doom. Really, it's an opportunity. This whole aspect of the markets right now is just an opportunity. Pepe for C long RC. I got you for Pepe. I think you requested one already, but maybe not. I don't know. File G and G sold. Troy, I'm going to do File G just because I'm trying to keep it to one request per person. Predicting on the C-Zar coin. We're not going to do the C-Zar coin. Not this cycle. Maybe next cycle. I don't know, though. I'm probably not going to do that stuff because it's just... if I was to ever do my own coin, you guys, I would have to figure out a way where it would not just be a pump and dump. It wouldn't be just like Ben coin or like I don't know, like all these coins. Mitch Ray even had a coin, I'm pretty sure, right? Or like anybody that makes their own coin, it just flops. It has the initial pump. If it did, I don't know, man. I don't think I would ever do my own coin because I don't want to be responsible for anybody's money. I wouldn't be responsible, right? We're all investing, blah 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 blah, all the BS. But it's like I would have to have some time, and I would have to make it more than just like a meme coin. I'd have to make it something that like could actually have utility, and I'm not just one of those people who's like, it does have utility. It really does, and it doesn't. It's just a meme coin, right? Like that's like Ben Armstrong. No hate to the guy. You know, I respect the hustle that he's got for his channel, but like with Ben Coin, he'll come online and be like, oh yeah, it's got a ton of utility, and it's like we all know that's full of shit. Like I don't want to be that guy. I would literally, if I made a meme coin, a C-Zar coin, I would literally tell you it's just a meme coin. It doesn't do anything. Like I'd be so brutally honest that it wouldn't have a chance to get off the floor. So I would have to get together with somebody who's smarter than me, who's like a developer, and get like a game plan, get a team or something going. And that I just don't have time for that right now in my life. Maybe next cycle. But I don't know. I don't have any interest in making my own coin at this point in time. I don't think it's going to happen. Dan Inspiration, you might have just been joking while saying that, but that's I've gotten that brought up before. People have tried to make community coins or get me to make community. Dude, I get hit up all the time from people trying to make community coins. It's freaking ridiculous. And like I don't know if they're scammers or not. Probably. I mean I don't know, but and some of them not. Some of them I definitely know are not, but it's just not something in the cards right now. If I was to ever make my own crypto, which I don't see myself doing, but if I ever was, I would want it to be more than just like the rest of these meme coins, man. I would. And everybody who makes their own meme coin, they say it's going to be different than, you know, but like, I don't know. Anyways, I went on that way too long. Jumper DCS World, I did talk about Jesus Coin. I did already, I promise you. You can go look at it, but I think Jesus Coin is going to be fine. It just might move down a little bit lower. Lowest that I see it going is like 706. Take a look at Imgani if you can. I will if I move through the list a little bit faster. XRP for spiritual teas. You little teas. You spiritual teas. Think it'll go to... You don't think it'll go to 200. Oh, okay, that's your average. Nice average there at 200, my man. I think my average is higher than that. I think it's at like 226. It might be higher now with my more recent buys. I'd have to do the math, but I think you actually got me beat there, Fonzie. We got XRP, XCN's on the list. No problem. Ivanildo Shativu. Yes, 200 is dead, definitely. 86 watching, 86 likes. Hey, thank you guys. That's nice. Thank you very much. Apache Garage, dude. I don't know, man. I've lost some weight since those taco videos. For those of you guys that don't know, let's go. Let's check this out right now. Right, we're bullshitting anyway. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's see here. We can go here. For those of you who are unaware and have joined the Discord, and you see me throw the taco symbol up all the time, it's because for a short amount of time, for a few months there, I was actually a taco champion, man. I did a couple taco competitions, and I won, right? C-Zar gets tacos, round 3. Round 1, or round, this was the first one, right? So happy. I lost. I fell like too short. This one I was more determined, and I got it. This is the one that I won. I set the record by like 2 new tacos, and then somebody beat my record by 2. This was my 3rd attempt. I was trying to beat my own record before the guy beat mine, but I fell like short, or maybe I think I hit 2 short of the record, but I've lost like 20 pounds since since that time. I don't know if I want to do it again, man, because it does take a little bit of dedication on the body. You've got to eat some food, man, if you want to do it right. And these guys, they beat me, man. I'm telling you, I put the time in to make sure that my record didn't get beat. So I'm like, I was at my heaviest, I was like 240, and now I'm like 220, like 225 maybe. Maybe I haven't lost 20 pounds quite yet, but you know, working out again, eating healthier, not stuffing myself, you know, trying to do that stuff. But I don't know, man. Maybe I'll do another taco video, Apache Garage. I've actually thought of making a separate channel for like food and like good food around the Denver area, in like Denver and like Colorado as its own thing. Like, but it's hard, okay? Because when I thought about doing this, I was actually vegan. Don't hate me, guys. It's not blasphemy, okay? I'm not one of those preachy vegans. My friends would eat bacon burgers in front of me, and they'd be like, "Is this okay?" I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, that's okay, dude. I don't care." I'm not one of those people who judges people, man. To me, meat kind of freaks me out a little bit because I was vegan for 6 years of my life. I'm not vegan anymore. I've actually been going back and forth about eating meat again. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a long time. I was vegetarian for years before I went vegan, but I've been like a non-meat eater for about 10 years now in my life, and I don't normally talk about this because I feel like meat eaters or vegetarians, vegans, we get a bad rap. But I'm not one of those hateful, spiteful, I think I'm better than you vegans. I think I'm better than vegans. I'm the vegan who thinks he's better than vegans vegan, because a lot of vegans give vegetarians and vegans a bad rap, man. But fuck, I don't know why I'm talking. Sorry for my language, but I don't know why I'm talking about this so much. But it's hard to do food critic videos when you have dietary restrictions, like being a vegan or vegetarian. That's the whole point. But now that I'm kind of coming back to the dark side, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I've actually been wanting to do a kind of channel like that since I started this channel, just doing a side channel. But we'll see. If I ever do that, I'll let you guys know. But just going around, because there's a lot of. It's kind of crazy how many good spots there are to eat in Denver. But there's no like reviews. There's no like you can't. You have to like just stumble upon it magically, or talk to somebody who tells you about it. And I would like to put a lot of these places on blast. I think there's a lot of hidden sweet spots in Denver. But anyways, and around Colorado as well. But enough of that. Let's get back to the task at hand. Do I think real world asset cryptos will be the biggest narrative this Bitcoin cycle? I think they're probably already a very big narrative. I don't know if they'll be the biggest narrative. I think it's as big as it's going to be as far as the narrative goes. It'll continue. It's never going away. It'll always be here. It'll be more utilized, but I think the narrative of RWAs, it's as big as it's going to get. That's my personal expectation. I wouldn't think the narrative gets bigger, even when there is trillions going into it, right? Because people get, I don't know. I feel like people have this misconstrued idea of what RWAs are, and it's obviously real world assets, right? They're tokenizing real world assets, but all they're doing, it's not like, and I don't know. I'm not the most well versed in developing and in cryptography and stuff like that, but I would assume like all these people who expect their coins to be implemented and utilized for real world assets, why wouldn't these companies just make their own cryptos to do real world assets? Like why wouldn't they just have their own blockchain? Like you know, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like Sotheby's. They're a real estate company, right? If they wanted to have their real estate on the blockchain, why not just make their own blockchain, right? Bank of Japan made their own blockchain. They've had their own. You guys, Visa, any person who uses a Visa card, you've been using blockchain since 2018 with Visa. You have. They have their own token. Look it up in there. I was reading their, I've said this so many times, but I was reading their security protocol for fun because I was bored. Because I was trying to figure out something about how much money they lose due to the double spending thing. But since 2018, they haven't. I figured this out years ago, but nobody talked about it. Nobody has this didn't become huge news. I don't know why, but Visa, instead of using some other crypto to make their transactions more safe, right, or some other blockchain, they just made their own because that makes sense. It's cheaper for them. It's easy. It's effective. That technology exists. There's a lot of it that's available on GitHub and stuff. Like you've got all these protocols that you can literally just copy and paste. I don't know. I'm sure there will be blockchains that are meant to on-ramp RWAs, but I would assume humongous companies with a lot of money, why wouldn't they make their own? It'll be a big thing. It'll be utilized, but when it happens, just like how Visa it's literally tokenized. Every time you do a transaction with Visa, it is tokenized. They use the Visa token, but you don't know that, right? With your debit card today, you're using blockchain technology. I would at least assume it's, if not some kind of crypto technology, but I would assume it's blockchain technology. But nobody ever knew about that. You would never know. It's going to be the same thing. They're going to transition this, but it's not going to be a big deal. That's my kind of opinion. Maybe being able to invest or like hold certain parts of properties or artwork or other like RWAs, like that could be implemented on certain blockchains, like sure, but largely the trillions of dollars that's going to go into this narrative, as you put it, Frank Bambino, it's probably not going to be as big of a deal as people think. It's a big deal technologically for the advancement of society, taking things from paper shares and putting it in a secure digital form that can't be messed with. That's a big step for humanity, but it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to cause like a huge surge in crypto itself. Personally, I mean, I think that a lot of money will transfer from real world assets into crypto, but not through like RWA tokens. I don't. That's my own theory. I could be wrong, and I'm sure I'm getting some comments right now. I'm so far behind on comments, but. Michael Mayfield, you're halfway through the party, bro. You're not late to the party at all. That's called fashionably late, my friend. You're getting here when things are good. Everybody's drunk or high or having a good time, whatever. Are new money line tools to blame? Maybe, Michael Alberts. That's a bit of a kind of a philosophical question. That's hard to answer. That's subjective more than it would be objective. I don't know. Appreciate you too, DJ Davey. Thank you. Lost my lunch money. Yeah, we tire on dividends. I think we all lost our lunch money this week. No chicken tendies for you, sir. Vikash Kumar, well, it is expected low. Thank for BCH, please. The expected low, I think we're there, Vikash Kumar. We're either there or we're very close. I wouldn't think that we go below 300, but we could. We'll do some BCH analysis. I'll go over it. Yeah, I agree, Fanta. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe because I am such a new channel, such a young channel, if I got like a bunch of growth, that could be good for the coin. It might be better to start the coin off before I get big, I guess, but I don't know. Will I cover rack off? We're going to get started. We're going to get back to this stuff. I've just been talking, you guys. I've been talking for like the last 20 minutes, so I'm not going to finish with these comments. I've been trying to. Yeah, Haven Peck. That's a good. I've thought about doing that too. Actually, there's a place that I frequent that I want to onboard as like a Bitcoin Cash merchant. Actually, yeah, bro. Fuck yeah, let's chill. We tire on dividends. I would love to. Yeah, that was a lot of tacos, Matt. You know, man. Hey, yo, what's up, Moel? Let's see. My goodness. I'm not vegan, I'm Mexican, he says. Just had chicken, asparagus, and kale. Chicken might be the first thing I would eat. I used to love fish a lot, man. I'd probably go back to fish too, but that might take some time. But I've been craving meat lately, I'm not going to lie. Colorado represent, we tire on dividends, but we don't tire on cannabis. I actually haven't used cannabis in a while, but I still love it, right? Like, but no, I don't use it at the moment. He won't even let me cook him green beans. Peaks Farm, if it reaches 10K. Okay, I got you. Yeah. S, the chosen one. I don't know, PK, what you're saying. By the lizard people. August 18th. Oh, you're talking new Reese. You're talking about the Nourish. You're talking about the full moon, right? CRCW, Dr. K. Okay, I did go through all the comments. We're going to blast through the TA now. Okay, we've got a lot to do, so buckle up, you guys. Zcash, Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin, Pendle, Swiftcoin, CleanSpark, SVPN, Loopring, Bitcoin Mini Trust, Coinbase, AMP, Bluezell. That's the order that we're going in. There's more after that, but I just felt like stop talking right there. So Zcash, ZEC. This coin I thought was dead, man. I really did think it was dead. But look at how well it's been holding up, actually, versus everything else. It's dropping so much right now. Good job, Zcash. Hell yeah. And your weekly MACD, actually, on the note of bringing this up for the first time, it looks like you're about to cross above this 0 line with both oscillators while building strength. This looks really good, honestly. Like, this could be the beginning of the breakout of this accumulation phase, which could be the beginning of... I'm going to go onto Binance here because I think it has more historical data. Yeah. From a high to a low, your overall retracement, that would take you at least to $54, if not more likely $115 to $145. You're at $32 now. What you're doing right now is you're just being boring. You're going to consolidate right below this 236 until boom, until it's time to go. And I really wouldn't be surprised if you found resistance here at the 382. You'd be breaking right above your 123 moving average here, this green line. 382 is common area to find resistance on. It seems the appropriate distance for this kind of horizontal range that you've got, right? Maybe just a little bit above there, around like 55 or higher. Previous areas of support, previous areas of resistance, previous areas of support back here. Like, it wouldn't be crazy. But if you moved higher than like 55 bucks, the highest I'd give you on this immediate breakout move, right? Like a move like this, but a breakout move higher, the highest I'd give you is like 75, 76 bucks. More likely around 50 to 60 bucks is where I think you're going. So you're just biding your time until then. When's it going to happen? Over the weeks, maybe not over the days to come, but over the weeks to come, I do think that you're soon to be there. Yeah, dude, your daily RSI looks so freaking good. It looks so good. Look at, you got your lower lows going while promoting higher lows. Weekly RSI is kicking ass. Well, it's pretty neutral actually, but you're chilling in the 60 zone, and your weekly MACD is really what's kicking ass. So yeah, Zcash looking good. Maybe I will. Let me know, you guys, in the comments. Is this okay? Does it seem like it's too crunched up? Should I start bringing the MACD back? Because I will. I absolutely will. I never really had it on there because, again, I thought it just looked, the chart itself looks so scrunched without it, or with it. But I actually used to do this all the time. It was really this channel that got me to take it away. Nobody said anything about it. I just never had it on there and I chose between the two which one I liked more, and I chose the RSI. I used to like the MACD more, but again, I'm pretty familiar with how to use it nonetheless. BCH, I actually really like the daily cross on the MACD here too, above the 0. We're probably going to come down, find support here. So yeah, we're just consolidating around here. We might move down a little bit lower. That's okay. Daily RSI, actually, we could go lower, but we have a lower low in the daily RSI right now while maintaining a higher low in the price, technically, as of right now. If we get a green day today, that'd be really nice because not only will we not close below this daily low close, we'll also bounce off the 40 while maintaining hidden bullish divergence. This would be nice to kind of answer for Bitcoin Cash. Whoever was asking how much lower we go, you guys, yesterday could have been the day. It really could have. Let's look at the 4 hour. And I say yesterday could have. I'm sure throughout all these days you can find me at various points saying that could have been the day that it was the low. If we go lower, okay, whatever, boo-hoo. From a low point to a high point, you know, I would hope we don't close below 344. If we go down that low, I would hope we bounce off of it. We don't just shoot right below it, because if we close below it, then these prices below $300 come on the table. But I'm not expecting that right now, especially not with your daily RSI. What's the weekly look like? Sorry, daily MACD, not RSI. Weekly MACD is at an area where I would expect it to find support as well, actually. It does not have bullish divergence, just bullish convergence. But let's look at the 4 hour. I know, Jonathan. I know. You know, I think that you can be vegan and be healthy, and I definitely think that you can eat meat and be healthy as well, right? Like I said, I've never been one of those people to tell people that like eating meat is not healthy. For like a short amount of time whenever I first became vegan, but then, you know, I feel like I'm kind of open-minded. Even if I make my own choices, like in convictions toward one direction, I'm open-minded to hear the other side. I have a friend, a personal friend, who, I don't know if he's watching the stream right now or not. If you are, you don't have to make yourself known, but you know who you are. Shout out to Go Anders. But he was vegan for like 10 years. And he claims, and I believe him because I know he does his research on things. He claims that he was doing it the right way, and he had a bunch of health issues, man. So he started eating meat. He went on the straight carnivore diet, and things turned around for him. Like he literally fixed himself by just eating meat, and his story is what allowed me to kind of see that I think you can eat meat and be healthy if you do it the right way. You can eat meat and not be healthy, right? You can eat meat and have problems depending on what you eat. Just like you can be vegan and not be healthy too. There are plenty of vegan cakes and donuts and cookies out there. Just because it's vegan doesn't mean it's healthy. But if you're eating produce that's sprayed with pesticides and you're not getting protein and you're not getting a full variety of your what's the word I'm looking for? Like a complete compilation of your amino acids, then yeah, you're probably going to see some decline in your health. But I think there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. And I definitely, toward the end of my being vegan, I definitely slipped off a cliff there. Became a dad, became a husband. My wife loves sweets, you guys. I used to never eat sweets. She's tainted me. I used to be 6 foot 180, bro, and now I'm like 6 foot 220. It's the heaviest I've ever been in my life, but it's the dad bod and stuff like that. Going to give us a link so we can offer you I thought I heard my daughter cry. G-Free, I will. It's not in me to do that. I haven't. It's not that it's not in me. I do want to do it. I do want to do it, especially because I can't get the channel monetized right now. I've got some shit going on with the IRS. It's fine. It's just bureaucracy, red tape. It's going to take another like 50 days before it gets sorted out. With my LLC, I could have been monetized this whole time if I identified this YouTube account as a personal account, but I did it as a business account, and I got some things wrong with the LLC and what I registered as my business name with the IRS employer identification. It's this whole long process to correct it. They don't do it online. You have to do it through the mail. So they told me it would take 30 days, and that was like 50 days ago, and now they're telling me it's going to take another 50 days. So it's just this whole long drawn out process. So yes, I definitely will leave a link, but maybe not in this video. I'll start doing that. I'll start doing that soon. But for now, we're just going to chill. We're BSing, we're BSing. But G-Free and everybody else who's brought that up and said that they want to make contributions and tips like that, I really do appreciate you guys. I do plan on implementing that here, but probably after this stream, right? Maybe on every video and every stream after this, but not right now. Mischiefism, what's up, my man? How you doing? Doge G Flower, Flover? Time frame for BCHG hitting 23K? October, like end of the cycle. Literally like the last day at the last hour of the last minute of the cycle, Doge G Flower. That's my thoughts. Smoking chicken fish, hell yeah. Well, good. Let's see. Good. 4 months salary and smoking chicken fish, LFG, baby. Let's go. Have you thought about edibles instead of bud? I have, and I did mess with that for a little bit. But honestly, guys, like, I love weed. I love how it feels. I love everything about it. But I am not as sharp. And people even noticed it when, like, at various points in the channel's history, I noticed people saying that I seemed off, and I felt off too. And it's even if I take edibles like hours, the effects wear off 4 hours before I do the videos. I'm just not as sharp, man. And I feel like my TA definitely goes down the hill. My ability to talk goes down the hill a little bit. But I'm not saying I'll never do it again. It's just not something I'm enjoying I'm actually sober right now, guys. I've been completely sober off of anything and everything. Like I took a month of sobriety recently. I say anything and everything. All I've ever done really is smoke weed and drink alcohol, but no alcohol, no nothing. I'm totally sober for a month now. But long story short, with Bitcoin Cash, getting carried away here. If we go lower, I hope we don't close below 344 on a daily. I hope we move up from there relatively soon. We very well could find our low here. It depends. I'd like to see what we do today. If we can close green today, that'd be nice because of this bounce off the 40 that we might have, which would be really nice. So that's the goal. Just close green today. Bounce from here. That'd be really nice to see. Let's move on to Doge. Doge coin. Let's see. Thank you, Shadow Frost. Yeah, I will. I definitely will. Litecoin for Lord Stelvio. Nutrients. Nutrients are important. At least I didn't get shorter. Yeah. You caught that, Matt. I was like, still 6 foot. I compared LTC and to Doge 21. Very good. Okay, cool. That's good. Good, Magnetic. That's good stuff to kind of consider, actually. I appreciate you, G-Free. And you get it. Yeah, you know exactly how it is, right? I just don't want to be like all the other freaking YouTubers out there, like, like I'll make plenty of money in this cycle alone, even without this YouTube channel. And whenever I do get ad revenue in, I'll make money from that too. So I don't need your guys' money. I don't want it. But if you want to give it to me, I've had a lot of you requests for like a tips section. So I definitely will implement that. And I'm more open to it now. My wife's like kind of talked me into it. My family members have talked me into it too. But maybe I'll sell merchandise one day when the channel gets bigger. I definitely have plans to do that. But I want to keep this channel as like, I want anybody who, like, if you've got money and you want to tip, cool. But if you've got no money, you're literally scraping the bottom of your paycheck together every single week so you can put it into crypto and make something for yourself. I don't want anybody to feel obligated or like they're missing out on the alpha by not giving me cash. Like it's all free. And that's the thing too, man. A lot of these, any person that I've ever heard who's joined a paid group, they normally do it. They feel best about it if they're doing it for like the contribution to the channel. They like the person that they're doing it for, but nobody really gets anything extra out of it. Like it's very rare that you get something extra. And most of the time, if you are to do a paid group and get something extra, they probably don't have a public channel anyways. They're more like hands-on with their people. I want to be public. I don't want to be hands-on, holding hands for anybody. I just want to do this general analysis. And if I was to do a paid group or anything like that, like it wouldn't be worth it, right? It would be solely for the contribution in itself. And because everything, I'm not going to keep information from the public. I'm not going to, like, if I see something good, I'm not going to be like, oh, you have to join my paid. And no hate to anybody that's doing that hustle. It's just not my style. People are making their own money their own way. No hate to, I know people. I've even got acquaintances who have their own YouTube channels that do it that way. No hate to them. It's just not how I've ever wanted to do it. Hell yeah, Jonathan, 7 days, bro. That's good. You feel clear after that for sure. Working on 3 months. Hell yeah, man. Nice. Beaches of Maui. Oh, hell yeah, bro. That's a good goal. VRA. We'll throw some VRA on there. Oh, man. Yeah. True. Okay, true, Michael Mayfield. Yeah. Trying to deal with the IRS when someone files taxes on your Social Security twice. They don't give a F as they're getting income from both parties. Yeah, as long as they're getting income. Yeah, you're right. Let's see, Jonathan. No, VRA. There we go, VRA. I need to get on this, man. H-bar, because at this point, I've just been BSing for so long. I'm probably only going to do this for another 30 minutes or so. Thanks, Jonathan. This is what I like about you. Thanks, man. Thank you. I get that from my mom. If any of you met my mom, you would know she's a very down-to-earth human being. Maybe everybody thinks that about their mom, right? She's a specimen. She is a unique human being for sure. We would do a millionaire meet and greet. Oh yeah, definitely. You know where it's going to be? I'll give. You know what? Right now, guys, Matt Mosher had a great thing right here, right? We should do a millionaire meet and greet, even if it's 100,000 or your first 10,000, whatever. If you make your milestones, you've got the cash. We're going to do a meet and greet. Leave in the comments where you think I would want to go, right? That way also I can kind of see where you guys might want to go, but I've got a specific place. It's in the United States where I would want to go. I think it's a very obvious choice where a bunch of degenerates who might come into a lot of money in a short amount of time would want to go. There's your hint, but I'll tell you after I go through the comments as well. We really don't. Well, I think you got a typo there, G-Free. Thank you, my man. Appreciate you. You're a good dude too, man. That's what I feel like. There's a lot of good people in here. There's a lot, and we're all shitheads probably to our own degree as well. But I feel like good people attract good people, good energy attracts good energy, and I want to keep that going, man. I want to keep that going. I want us all to get rich together, right? I don't want to benefit off of other people's, but again, I appreciate. I'm going to stop repeating myself so much with that stuff, but yes, thank you, my man. Thank you. I appreciate you. Dogecoin looking like it's taken a turn for the worse, temporarily speaking. This is to be expected, right? On a weekly basis, I've already gone over this. I'm going to do it real quick, just how on its overall history, right before it pumps, it hangs out at this weekly 123. Right before it pumps, it hangs out at this weekly 123. This time a lot longer, this time still for multiple months. Here we are getting close to this 123 before we pump, right? Before we start doing Dogecoin things, which I think will be in like Q4 of this year. I would think that we are going to work our way back down here. By the way, that green line right now, here it is. Here's the reading over here, right there. It's at 9.25 cents. And it's probably not going to go anywhere fast. So I would assume we're going to work our way down to about like 9.5, 9.2 cents. We could go below the line even, but down, definitely down is what I'm thinking. Picking up momentum on our MACD. We might continue to go down on the weekly, get this thing to like rest at the 60 or at the 0, and then move up, something like that. The daily RSI itself, or MACD, is crossing below the 0, so that could imply further downside to go. Daily RSI looks like ass. It all makes sense in my opinion that Dogecoin's going to move down. Lower highs, probably going to get a lower low, and that's nothing to freak out about. From a low point here to a high point here, you could go as low as 8 cents to 7 cents. You could do that. I don't think you will. I really do think that you're going to hover around these low points, probably even around this 886, specifically at like 9.7 cents there. It wouldn't surprise me if, like, relatively speaking, you pumped up first to about 12 cents and then moved down. But time will tell. We'll see. But Dogecoin's going to be boring. Same thing with any Doge spinoffs, any Doge or dog meme coins, except for like with Pendle. Pendle's the next one. Thank you all for being so patient, man. I know that's why I love these live streams. I know that's why you guys love these live streams too, though. It's to BS, right? It's we can get distracted a little bit, right, and then get to work tomorrow or the next day. Like that's a little bit of R&R, man. I need it. I definitely need it. I don't socialize like I used to. Let's see, from a low to a high. 618 rejection down to your, it makes sense that you're down here. I wouldn't be surprised if you went a little bit lower, down to about 258 for Pendle. You're so close. But then that could be your low point, and then you turn around from there. If you go lower, I would say like your 1886, 217 could be as low as you go, but previous areas of support here, you're in this consolidation phase already. It would make sense that you find support at like $2.58, 2.58. Double 1618 right there. Yeah, man. 250, 260, that's where you're going. And then up. Probably then up, honestly. 4-hour MACD, bullish divergence. You might move up a little bit. Don't be surprised if you move up to like 322 and then move down. But I do think you're going lower. If not, this could be your low. You're pretty damn close to the 1618 already, but I wouldn't be surprised if you just completed the move down. Maybe move up a little bit temporarily, move back down, give yourself a lower low here, and then have a higher low on your RSI to form some bullish divergence, and then that's it. That's Pendle. Let's move on to Swiftcoin. I'll stop talking so much so that we can move through some of these, because at this rate I'm definitely not going to get through the whole list, but we can at least make a dent in it, And I will, as always, the leftover, the overfill from this request list, I will put it in tomorrow's requests. I'll probably just do a separate video for this and then do the requests on the side. Anybody who has a request that I haven't attended to, like that you left on the YouTube comments, not on this live stream, I will make a separate video for that tomorrow. But if you left a request in the YouTube comments over the past couple days and I've gone over it here, I probably won't go over it tomorrow, if that makes sense. Unless you have like a more specific request with like a specific pattern or specific time frame. But if it was just general analysis, you do have bullish divergence here as well on your daily MACD, on your oscillator, and on your histogram. Definitely bearish on your daily RSI, but if we're looking at it for what it's worth, at this low point here, that's a pretty low low. Anytime you've been down here, that's like the lowest that you go on Swiftcoin. So I'm not too worried about it at all, right? This actually is fine. You've definitely moved down a little bit lower than anticipated, but if we look at this for what it's worth on, is it OKX that has like the all-time history? Yeah. really you're just down at this area that you've throughout your history continued to find resistance on time and time and time again. You've poked through it, sure, but this, you're even at like the high points of this little consolidation phase before you had this next leg up. So finding support here, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about this at all. I think it'll move up in no time, probably near its low. I want to go back to the Coinbase chart because it's more probably more accurate with the liquidity and the price movements. Probably less spotty from a low to a high here. Yeah, you're right below your 1414 again, man, right there. It just keeps happening. And you're at the area that you like to bounce in your RSI. I wouldn't be surprised if you moved up from here. You could go lower, maybe down to 3.003 itself, maybe. 4-hour and daily RSI and MACD look like trash, but they often look like trash right before they look their best, right? Or right when they're at their worst and right before they start doing their best, so or start turning around. I'm having a real problem talking here, but yeah. Let's see. Maybe on a weekly basis. Let's just see, my man. That's nice. It's definitely nice. It wouldn't be crazy if you went down to 0.003. There's multiple things pointing down there, but it also really wouldn't be crazy if you held support here. So I'm optimistic. I'm going to call for support here. Your next target is 0.0043. That's your next target area. Yeah, Swift coin. CleanSpark, man, took a dump yesterday. Wow. It just shit the bed at 1348. So low, guys. Absolutely demolished. The oscillators, the indicators are not going to give us much to go off of. Just so neutral, it's not really going to give us much to go off of, so I'm going to take it away. Looking at it for what it's worth, we are at this previous daily closing high. We are, even though we are below this low here, we're below that low there, we are at kind of the low of this range still. I feel comfortable enough to say that this is a breakout of the range, but you know, so was this up here, and then we came right back down. Maybe we just do a fake out and then we come up. A fake out could definitely happen. This thing's been faking us out left and right, so I'm not holding my breath over the thought that it's going to go lower, but it could. It absolutely could. You know, this is something that I haven't talked about in a while, but I talked about for a very long time. It was the analysis that I used often. From a low point to a high point here, your weekly closing high, that was your next support area, right? Right there. You found support right there. The next high that you had was here, closing weekly high, not the open, right? That's the red candle, so that's the open, but the closing weekly high, you found support right there again. Could you find support again? Not at the opening high, the closing high on the weekly. Could you go down to 1189? Sure. You're at 1348 now. I am completely calm and confident that even if you were to go down here, which I don't think you're going to, but you could, you absolutely, especially right now with the potential breakout on this look, but not a lot of volume on the weekly. A little bit more than average volume, but not a whole lot of volume on the daily either. It's enough for a breakout move, I suppose, especially if it continues downward. But again, if it moves down, I'm not worried about it, but it can move up here. I'm totally unshaken. I do think that CleanSpark will continue to this $36 area by the end of the year, right? Whenever it moves up, it happens very quickly, so I'm not worried about it. Just biding its time, and this is really just a better area to buy in. I might actually throw some money at CleanSpark. I'll let you guys know if I do. I always tell you whenever I make an investment, but I'll definitely let you guys know if I do that. But a little bit down, maybe it might bounce right at this area. I wouldn't expect that we're moving up to 36 right now. Obviously, it's probably going to take crypto being bullish for this thing to move up, but it can also move up in its own time. These things are not completely correlated to the markets of crypto, but sometimes they are. It goes back and forth with correlation. SVPN is the next one. Shadow node on MEXC here. Daily. Blow up this MACD a little bit. Whoa. Got to blow it up a lot. Oh, I actually like your MACD a lot right now. Yeah, encroaching that zero line. Your daily RSI looks very productive as well. Yeah, I bet you do. You're probably turning a leaf, right? You were moving down a lot. Now you moved sideways, kind of slowly breaking out of this trend. Yeah, I bet you do move up. Let's see. Next target area would be $0.0079, 0.79 cents, right there. You could move down a little bit first, but then up. I definitely do think you're moving up. Let's look at the 4-hour. I think you're moving up, man. Yeah, you could move. You could have one more move down, to about 0.00365, 369, right? A little bit down and then up. But either way, I feel pretty comfortable that you are going to hold a higher low. You are, and then you're going to continue to move up. You might even see your 61869 instead of this 382. It just depends, right? You've accumulated down here for a solid amount of time, so when you break out of this, it might make sense that you don't stop at this 382. Actually, that's your next target area, to be completely fair, but it might make more sense that you go up to this 618, 1.4 to 1.69 cent area. SVPN, LRC, loop ring. Thank you all for being patient to get to these. Definitely, I know it's taken a second, but we're getting to it. Let's see. Loop ring looks like it wants to go lower. That's not the best look there. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, lower. I would expect that you go lower. Yeah. Yep, probably not a whole lot lower, but lower nonetheless. Man, loop ring is broken, you guys. 11.45 cents, 12.91 cents is what you're at now. 11.45 at a minimum. Anywhere from 11.45 cents to 7.4 cents. Yes, 7.4 cents is on the table. It's a completely logical target to hit. But so is 9.6 cents, 11.45 cents. You know, I'd focus on that more so, but time will tell. I definitely believe you're going lower with loop ring. It looks bad. It looks very bad. This one is probably not going to see new all-time highs this cycle. I would not sell down here. In fact, I'd have some pretty decent confidence that you even return back to these highs, let alone even going above these highs. I don't have confidence that you'll go above this high, though, which is sad to say. But, you know, it happens sometimes, man. It definitely does happen. It could happen with some of my tokens that I hold. You know, and that's kind of why it's important to diversify. But remember, with crypto, you can claim losses. You can do the wash trading rule, right? That it doesn't apply to crypto. So you can sell and buy back in immediately and claim those losses immediately. You don't have to wait 30 days. Caspa, I see Caspa. See you in Key West. Oh, okay, yeah, let's see. Where did everybody say? Kima? Oh, Michael Mayfield. Dude, I would love to go to Kima. I would. That one time I should have, man. I'll be in Kima again. A place with tacos. Yes, you know, man. Let's see. They'll probably have tacos. Fanta knows. Haven Peck got it right. Yes. Bia, Pia, absolutely. Yep. Oh, Ethan will come. We're gonna invite Ethan, for sure. Oh yeah. I'll buy him a plane ticket if I have to. He might be busy. You know, I don't know everybody's life, but yeah, we'll see. And that'd be end of cycle stuff. So that'd be like next year, after the summer. I don't know what his schedule would be like around there. I don't even know what my schedule would be like, but definitely, man. Key West, Doge, Flover would be awesome. I don't think, if we were to do a Key West trip, we would have to like Airbnb a mansion. It's actually, if you ever, just a tip, and this is obvious, I think, for most people that you know this, that Airbnbs are cheaper than hotels, but especially in Key West, you guys, you could Airbnb a house that sleeps like 12 people, or like it has 12 beds, so it could sleep 20 people if it's couples, right? Has its own dock, it's on its own like private island and everything. You can do that, and it would be way cheaper if you brought that many people and you just had a huge party together. It would be like the same. It would be less than if you bought a shitty little one bed room for rent at a hotel, like in Key West itself. And then you could rent a boat with all the money you're saving too, or if you have a boat, you know, whatever. No, Doge, G, Flover, Key West would be dope, but I don't think most people, if they're millionaires, they'd be able to afford it. But I don't know if most people would be able to afford it. Vegas, anybody can afford it, right? It doesn't matter if you're bringing $500 to gamble with for the week, or for the 2 days probably that we'd be there, or $500,000, right? Anybody can afford Vegas. We'll do some Wolf Ali Massar. It's not Doom, Ham Najib. It's not Doom. I promise. It's just funny because everybody's, maybe not everybody, maybe not us here, but people are freaking out about the prices. That's why. Wolf. Marathon. We already went over Clean Spark for Balloon. but we'll do marathon. I'll throw that on the list. LTCN. Did I already put that one down? I did not. We'll talk about LTCN. I might talk about LTCN with LTC just because that'll be relevant. It'll go Cui Bono. Yeah, we'll do Caspa. I don't know if we'll get to it tonight. I've got probably like 10 minutes or so left in the stream, but we're going to run through some stuff for sure. Thank you, TF. Yes, thank you all. 100 likes. Well done. Thank you very much. I'd love to do a collaboration with Ethan. I don't know. I don't know what his schedule's like again. The first interaction that I had with him, I know that he was asking me to do an interview, but that never happened for whatever reasons, but probably just because he's busy or like I don't know, my schedule might not line up too, but like I'm pretty available these days. It's just maybe not in the daytime. I'm more available at nighttime. He might be sleeping now. I think he lives in a different time zone than I do. He might be awake now. I don't know. Ethan, if you're in here, what's up, my man? He might be sleeping. But yeah, I'd love to do a collab. We'd have to set some stuff up on like some questions. It might be a more professional video, or we could just degen out and just BS. I don't know, man. But I think it'd be cool for everybody if we did some kind of in-person meetup. I would love to do that in Vegas. Vegas is where I would want to go for sure. Island hopping on catamarans in the BVI or Grenadine Islands. I've never actually been to those places. They're on my hit list to travel. My wife loves the tropics. I love the tropics too, man. I've been a mountain man for most of my life. I live in Denver now. It's not the mountains, but I've lived in the mountains for most of my life. I love the mountains, but I feel like my soul calls for the Caribbean and for the tropics. I love the tropics, man. And island life, beach life, it's great. And I've been around the Caribbean. I've been around a bunch of different places in the Caribbean, but never to the British Virgin Islands or Grenadine Islands. If the numbers go where I think they might, my schedule will be free for the rest of my life. That's the way to be, Fanta. Hell yeah. Just remember to take the profits, guys, because you can see those numbers, but will you realize them, right? Ethan said, I thought he was in Florida. G-Free. In which case, Key West would be a good one, right? Or Miami. Grayscale cruise. Dude, a cruise would be cool if we lined up a cruise for everybody. That'd be kind of cool. Cruises are dope, man, because it's like just a giant party that doesn't stop. If anybody's ever been on, if you've never been on a cruise, that would be pretty cool, honestly. Hell yeah, I know where Breck is. Yeah, I think everybody in Colorado knows where Breckenridge is. That is pretty close to me. Even in my hometown, I lived in Steamboat, Steamboat Springs. I lived there for like 22 years. So I went to school. That's where I grew up. That's my home. Colorado's my home. It's one love all around. But yeah, I've been to Breckenridge a couple times. It's a cool place. It's cool people, cool place. I guess I haven't spent a lot of time there. I spent more time in Aspen, and the people in Aspen I think are cool, but I don't like Aspen as much. Pika and I need to buy a yacht. Yeah, hell yeah, definitely do. Maybe rent a yacht, charter a yacht. But if you buy one, that's cool too. You could charter it out. Bitcoin Cash Bottom. Hell yeah, you are, Bill B. Definitely. Ethan's house in Orlando. You guys heard it. Ethan's going to do it in Orlando. We'll get that guy. We'll pay that guy that can spot places all around the world. He can just by like your atmosphere, like the photo that you have of the environment around you, he can figure out exactly where you are. You guys know who I'm talking about? There's people that can do that. They can just like take one picture and figure out where in the world you are. It could be anywhere in the world, like literally anywhere. But if we told him Florida, he'd be able to pinpoint it probably even better. And then we'll just knock, Ethan. We're here to party, bro. Don't worry. We brought alcohol. Or I don't know. I would assume Ethan drinks, but let's see. Yeah, man. I love Colorado. Colorado's great. People are great in Colorado. There's shitty people, right? There's no matter where you go, there's good people and shitty people. But I really do. I love Colorado, man. It's got my heart and soul. I love the mountains. It's amazing. Okay, so whoever requested Bitcoin mini trust, I can't do TA on this. I would love to, but I just can't. So, it's going to move up. It might move down. I don't know, man. This you're messing with me, right? I could do an analysis on this or like have an opinion on it if I did fundamental stuff, but I'm not a fundamental guy. I'm more of a technical guy. Coinbase, for those who've been patient on Coinbase, we're doing Coinbase now. Oh man. Uh-oh, Coinbase. Uh-oh. Ho-ho. You said that your call option was for $200. I think whoever it was that requested it, and it expires in a week. You might be in trouble, my friend. You might be in trouble. Ooh, yeah. I don't know. We would need to see Bitcoin turn around next week. We'd need it. It would have to. Well, you got 204 right now. This is a nice area to hold, to be fair. Previous areas of support here. Man, that was a good neck crack, you guys, if you heard that. Resistance point here. Current areas of support, it's your 382. It's not bad. There's hope. But, man, if you close a day next week below 200, you're probably beelining it to 180, maybe even 162. I don't like the way the weekly RSI looks, and I don't like the way the daily RSI looks. Unless you literally bounce starting Monday. You'd have to like see a green day. You would have to not close below 200. But I think you're going to. Unfortunately, I think you're going to 180. It's my personal opinion on Coinbase, yeah. Yep. AMP USD. Right, on Gemini, has more historical data. Well, looky there. And on Coinbase, it absolutely does not. Okay, so high here to low. I never think of using Gemini. I like Gemini. I like the Winklevoss twins. You know, I like what they're about. I feel like they are like true crypto people. And maybe. I mean, obviously, I do think they are. They're definitely, you know, some wealthy individuals that probably have their own interests in mind as well. But what I don't like about Gemini is the low liquidity, right, and the high fees. It's dramatically higher fees than most exchanges out there. Jonathan. Oh, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully Michael Mayfield. You got a call option open there. Hopefully you're doing all right, but I don't know. I think Theta will bounce. I do think Theta will bounce. It looks good. If not, it could go a little bit lower. It is possible. But Miggles, Sean Art, we probably won't get to it, but I'll write it down. You and your Miggles, Mr. Sean. Let's see here. So AMP, we're not getting a whole lot off of this fib, so let's take this fib from a low point here to a high point here. 618 area, nice. Monthly looking fine. Weekly looking somewhat fine. Kind of at an area that I would expect you to bounce, which makes sense with the 618 as well. Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all because you're right on that zero, right on the zero line with your oscillators. Bullish divergence on your weekly histogram, right around the oversold zone on your RSI as well. The RSI is not the best looking, but it could be. Daily RSI looks very bad, but also at an area that you like to find support. You're in the 618, 69 area. Don't be surprised if you go a little bit lower with AMP, but I don't think you go below 0.0031. You literally could turn around right here. I want to look at the 4 hour real quick. 4 hour would suggest you go lower. 4 hour would suggest you go lower. Yeah. So don't be surprised if you go a little bit lower, but you're probably going to move up anytime now, probably back up to 0.0068, right around this daily 123 moving average, a little bit above there. That'd be my thoughts. And then do you continue after that? Do you move up and then reject? What do? You know, we'll see how that goes. But I'll probably talk about Blue Zell, ICP, BCHG, XCN. We'll do Turbo, and then that's it. I think after that, because then after that I have ABT, Pepe, FileG, XRP, Rakoff, CRCW, Litecoin, VRA, HBAR, Wolf, Marathon, LTCN, Caspa, and Miggles. I'm going to probably cut it off at Turbo because I already know it's 1 minute till I'm supposed to cut this off anyways. So I'm just going to run it a little bit of overtime and then we'll call it BLZ because I got to get some sleep, man. BLZ on Coinbase, dumping, man. Dumping down. We went all the way down to 13.52 cents. Thank you all for being here. Hit that like button. If you're on your way out, definitely hit that like button. Subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Oh, my goodness. We got 78. Some people jump back in. Ham Najib, we're going to talk about LTCN tomorrow. We're not going to talk about it today. And on the bright side, for anybody who requested stocks or Grayscale Trust, they're not going to change over the next 24-hour period anyway. So, because the markets are closed. So, but I will talk about them tomorrow, I promise. It is too late, Joseph Medialdea. It is too late. Anybody throwing requests on right now, I can write them down, but I won't tend to them tonight. I'll just tend to them tomorrow, and I won't be giving shout outs because when I write them down, I kind of go through. I don't write the names down too, because it takes too much time to do that. Maybe I'm just lazy. I don't know. But from a low to a high, you could hold support here. This is a very logical area to hold support. You might go all the way down to 10 cents. It's possible. If we look at the weekly RSI MACD here, weekly, you've got some bullish divergence on your MACD. You do have a fresh cross below the 0, though. Let's look at the daily. The daily also looks sad. I wouldn't be surprised if you went lower, honestly, for Blue Zell. And this is one that I hold, right? So that's not a biased opinion. That's yeah, it looks like it wants to go lower, man. I think it does. So we might see prices go all the way down to 10 cents. I hope I'm wrong. I feel like every time Blue Zell looks bearish, that's when it looks bullish. When it looks bullish, that's when it looks bearish. It could hold this area. There's plenty of reasons why it could, absolutely. But based on this larger fib, this more significant fib, I don't know. 10 cents might be, 11 cents might be the area that you go to. 10 to 11, probably closer to 11 cents. That's Blue Zell. ICP. ICP, man. That's not the best look in itself. Let's see here. Blow this up. So I hate the MACD. It needs so much attention. It's not just like the RSI. You can't just have it set. Rejected the 50. Crossing below the 0. Not good. Yeah. Down. Down you go. Absolutely down. Let's see how you do with that $6.07 area again. You're at $7.90. Yes, $6.07 area. I mean that. At least I would expect that you have a weak close below $6.92. You're at least going to go a whole nother dollar lower. But more likely than not, you'll probably interact with that 618 again. Maybe you have a positive reaction. Maybe you go lower. Maybe you go even lower. Time will tell. I don't think you'd break below 355, but that's a hell of a ways away from 790 right now. I've said it the whole cycle, right? And I was definitely bullish, like around here, right at these points. I was starting to think that ICP might not fall back over. It makes sense that it would hold this 618, okay? It would actually make sense that it holds the 618 because it is previous areas of resistance, and you could be confirming that as support, right? Breaking out of this zone here, back testing it for support. But I think ICP is overhyped, you guys. It's not going to be a top performer this cycle, and I've said that. I know a lot of people were upset with me because I said that down here, and then it did really well. It was a shining star for like a few weeks, but and it's easier to say it now that I'm kicking it while it's down, right? Found resistance at previous areas of support, rejected its 50, crossing below the 0 on the weekly MACD, crossing below the 0 on the daily MACD. I definitely think that it goes higher than this high by the end of the cycle, but I think it'll be a lackluster. Like, I don't think it's going to see new all-time highs by any means. I think ICP would be lucky to get above $80 this cycle. It'd be lucky. I mean that. I'm not saying that with hate. I'm not saying that with spite. I'm not saying that for disdain of ICP. I want everybody to make money. I just don't think it's going to see more than an $80 price. I think you'd be lucky to see that. I do think you'll go above this, but from 781, I mean, that's over a 10x at least, right? Over a 10x. That's ICP though. BCHG, and we'll just talk about this one tomorrow too, so I'll go quick over this. It'll probably open up to the downside on Monday, probably, but we'll see. We'll see how tomorrow goes, but at this point in time, I would kind of expect BCHG goes lower, man. Rejecting the 0 area with your oscillators here, building momentum to the downside. RSI looks like shit. Rejected the overbought zone, had a double top up there on the daily RSI. Just smoked the 618 level. Found a little support on the 886. When you close below 823, it's on to $6.94. 596 comes on the table. The only thing giving me hope is that BCH itself could move up. And if it does have a positive reaction, either today or tomorrow, well, then that could be the saving grace for BCHG. But I'll do a more in-depth analysis on it tomorrow, because I will. If we're going to talk about LTCN, I'll probably talk about that then too. Well, let's see. A lot of people are sprung. Yeah, Moel, a lot of people are. I never really saw the point. I know it's got all its fundamental reasons, but it just reminds me of any like hype coin from any cycle. I don't know, man. You get into crypto your first year, and anytime you read any white paper, it's like your first time hearing this stuff. So when they say we're a decentralized platform that gives the power back to the users, we're going to do peer-to-peer transactions, put real-world assets on the blockchain. You know, I'm trying to think of all these like catch phrases that people use. I'm drawing blanks here, but just, you know, sound money, whatever. It'll be the future. It's like talking about their transactions per second. People seem to get crazy about total value locked and stuff like that, which is nice. It can definitely be nice. Looking at the tokenomics is a good thing, of which I don't think ICP has good tokenomics, but I think ICP will probably stay. I think it's going to have a place, and I think a lot of tokens will stay. But ICP is one of those coins that it's better off for the people who are using it than it is for the people who are investing in it. That's just my own personal. Yep, bull bear. Hey, man, we've all got our coins that we covet that continue to go lower. Jesus coin is one of mine, that's for sure, right? I'm not speaking down on ICP or any project as if I'm absolved of investments that have turned south. Look at Jason Coin. Watch my Jason Coin video, you guys. I'm down like 50% on that. I didn't put a lot of money in there, to be completely fair, but would have been better off if I just left it alone in pajamas. Yeah, Cui Bono, it's okay. It definitely happens. Bottomless pit is crazy, man. It is crazy. It seems like that now, but things will turn around, you guys, at large. Even the coins that underperform will still probably see new highs relative to this cycle. But let's finish this up with XCN and then Turbo. XCN definitely moving down. Absolutely, it's moving down. I didn't think it would. I didn't think a lot of coins would, but broke this inverse head and shoulders pattern to the downside. Probably going down to about 0.001 to 0.0009. You're at 0.00118 right now. A little bit lower to go. Easy peasy on that one. Turbo, and then we're done. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you're new, if you haven't seen this before, and if you want to see more. Thank you all for being here. Turbo definitely looks like it wants to take a break. Definitely does. Low to high, but you might find support here right at your 618. That's nice. When I say take a break, I don't mean that it's going to drop all the way down to nothing, right? But let's see, from a high to a low. That's kind of nice, man. I don't know. I don't think you see a new low. I don't. You could. If you do, you're going to go to 0.0019. You're at 0.00433 right now. But I don't think you'll see a new low. Lower prices, sure, but right, like your daily RSI, you're right at your 618, relatively speaking. I just like this 1272. I like this consolidation in this area. I really do. It's a sign of strength. And I actually look at the weekly RSI. Weekly RSI looks strong too, other than the rejection off the overbought zone, but it's still showing strength, to be fair. Daily RSI showing a little bit of weakness, has room to go down. I wouldn't be surprised. You're at 0.00433 right now. Wouldn't be surprised if you saw a little move up to 0.00478, 79 to 0.005354, something like that. And then lower, you might form a slightly lower low, a slightly higher low, a 786 or an 886 bounce could come into the cards, but I don't think you'll see a lower low than this low here. Probably not even lower than that low there. At the worst, close to this low. You do have a nice little support line now. It depends, man. If you do this instead, if you like found some resistance on your 382 and then found support on your 0.5, that could be good, right? That could be like in line with this. So let's look to see what you do with this area. Let's look to see. I have hopes that you might not actually go lower than this low. I do, but at this point in time, I'm more thinking that you do have lower prices to go, just not lower than these prices to go. That's my personal thoughts. So with that, I leave you. Thank you all for being here. One last time, hit that like button. Don't hit it again if you've already hit it, because if you hit it twice, then it doesn't leave a like. Damn it. We don't need that. We don't need that at all. I'll read through some of the comments. Let's see. Let's see. Ave looks good. Great Saturday session tonight. Hell yeah. Thank you, Michael Mayfield. Thank you. I don't know why I said Mitchell. I was reading it as Michael, but it came out as Mitchell. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you too, my man. I like the taco. You know I do. Later, y'all. Why does Litecoin seem like the fat kid in school that likes to try and play with the big boys, but it doesn't work out? I don't know, man. But like the fat kid in school, he'll be the first one to the cafeteria. He'll be the first one to eat. Litecoin does like to lead the markets, that's for sure. So watch out for that. Litecoin could be the leading indicator. It does like to lead the crypto markets. As irrelevant as it might seem, it does do that. I definitely will. G-Free, thank you, my man. I appreciate you. Thank you, Moel. Favorite stable coin, Sean Art? Probably USDT. It's the longest lasting one. It's went through multiple audits, multiple like attempted lawsuits and stuff like that, and it has come out on top every time. USDT, probably my favorite stable coin. Definitely not USDC. Maybe True USD, right? Or like UST the Luna Classic one, because you could make money on that maybe. Don't hold it for the long term though. Thank you, Joseph. Appreciate you, my man. You know it, Fajita. David Stevens, peace, brother. Or I think it's this, right? This. If you're from the UK, I think this is peace. In America, we go like this, right? We'll peace. But I've been told that is like saying fuck you, right? But bullies suck. Bullies do suck, man. You know, bullies. A lot of bullies, they're not like. They don't have the best lives, man, right? Like they've got reasons why they're bullying people too, and they take it out on people, and that doesn't justify it at all. But they're probably victims in their own sense too, and they've got a reason for being those shitheads that they are. You know what I mean? Bullies need love too. They need to, and that revolves to this idea that I have in my head that I've concocted, because I told you guys I was a vegan for 6 years, right? That. I used to believe, this is the quote that I like to say, I used to believe that the world will be a better place when all the bad people are dead and gone. I now believe that the world will be a better place when all the bad people, all the people with hate in their hearts, are shown how to love. So it's different, right? They're shown what love is, right? I think that's different. And I know that might seem hippy dippy, whatever, but the message behind it is like, thinking that people need to be done away with for the world to get better, I think in itself is a problem, where like trying to make the people who might be a problem for this world or might be a problem for your world, whatever it means, trying to help them become better people and thus help you become a better person, that's different, right? That's a better step in the right direction. Memphis Tigers, thank you. Magnetic Impulsion, Transport Intelligence, thank you very much. Yeah, Sean R. USDT. Anyone who's been in crypto for a long time, I think they would all agree USDT for sure. And yeah, Trump 24. Thanks, C-Zar. Appreciate you. I'm voting for RFK Jr., but at least it's at least Biden's out of the race. You know, whether you like Biden or not, there's no doubt he's going through some mental decline, mental cognitive decline, and he just, he put his time in. He put his time in beyond being a president, like throughout the government, right? But it's his time is done. He's an old man. He should retire. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. Without getting too political, you guys want to talk politics? Yeah, you want to hop on the party train? Let's see how many subscribers I can lose in 5 minutes. Let's go. I think though I'm safe by saying RFK Jr. because people who like Biden, people who like Trump, everybody seems to be okay with RFK, even if you think he's crazy. Like everyone seems to be okay. Morning, Ben. What's up, my man? I was talking smack about your coin a second ago. No, I'm just kidding. I know it's not you. Or is it? Or is it? It's nighttime for me, man. It is nighttime for me. Politics do suck, yeah. Yep. It's all a charade. It's all a big plan. Another thing on that note of Ben Armstrong, man, what I think is funny about Ben Armstrong, and I'm not trying to talk smack on somebody who's more successful than me. He's definitely more successful than me in YouTube. He's the man. He's a very respected and, well, maybe not very respected, but he's a very well-known figure in crypto. And I think he has found success even with the loss of his company. Hold on. When do I think the market will recover? Soon. Sometime this month or next month. Maybe G-Free. Maybe, honestly. They've got the capabilities of CIA has put on fake mask. They've literally type in CIA fake mask impersonations. They can make you look like they can put on, or fake mask disguises. They can definitely do that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't like his voice either, man. I don't really like Trump's voice either, but I kind of do. It's not the greatest voice, and let me tell you, I know something about great voices. I'm probably the most experted person to give an opinion on voices and how annoying they are, but his is at least kind of funny, But they both kind of have annoying voices. RFK Jr. also has a bad voice too. Maybe that's who you were talking about, Matt. That might have been who you were talking about actually. Maybe LTC's a buy now. When will the bleeding stop? Tomorrow. Not today though, but tomorrow. No, I don't know. Maybe 56K. I would think probably 59 or 58K. We could go as low as 48K. We could even go lower, but maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to say. But with Ben Armstrong, what I was saying before I got distracted there answering the comments, is that he's like gone on this whole like new leaf. It's not even, he doesn't even talk about crypto that much. He just talks about like the deep state and like how like we're all being lied to and the media isn't telling us the truth. And it's like, I love that for him. I love that he has found this out, but it's like when he says stuff like this, when he goes on his like hour-long rants, I'm like, dude, and I don't know about you guys, I don't know what your thoughts are on all this stuff, but it's like I've known this stuff for years, man. Like I'm not, and I'm younger than he is, you know what I mean? Not saying that I'm smarter. I don't think you have to be smart to understand the things that he's talking about, but when he talks about it, he comes at it like he's this prophet, or like he's this guy who he's got Mr. X, he's got the Senor, if you guys know who I'm talking about on his channel. And this makes him special. He's got some inside and maybe he's got inside information, but this thought process he has that like he sees things clearly and everybody else is blinded by the media. It's like I think most people are aware of this, and he's just getting with the program. So it's kind of cute to watch him go, but I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him to figure all this stuff out, but it's just like I don't know. I'm just talking smack about a guy who I don't even know, who is more successful than me, right? You know, he absolutely, well, I don't know. I mean, as far as finances go, I don't know what his finances are like, but as far as like YouTube fame goes and the success of his crypto endeavors and all that, I would say he's probably got more success than me. Definitely got a bigger name out there, you know, and I respect him more probably than most people do in the space. I'm just being candid with my thoughts. It's just like, I don't know, like the whole. It seems like he really thinks that he's educating people when he's talking, but it's like, dude, I would think that most of you already know, like, the media, you don't know the truth, right? You'll never know the truth, and if you listen to the mainstream media, it's not that you'll know what the truth is, but you will know what the lie is, right? That's what I tell people, like, anytime I talk. If anybody comes out saying anything, it's like with the Trump and Kamala debate 2 days ago. ABC News, ABC, by the way, ABC News has been hating on Trump a lot more than CNN has this whole cycle, than MSNBC. It's been ABC News that I've noticed has been hating on Trump a lot this cycle. And ABC News was saying Trump is afraid to debate Kamala. Kamala says, I'll debate you anytime, any place. Where are you at? I thought you said we'd debate. And they're making this whole story up as if Trump doesn't want to debate Kamala. And 2 days later, Kamala's the one. Trump's like, okay, I'll debate, like whatever. He thought it was a waste of his time because she's not the nominee, and she's not the nominee. So why waste his time? Why put himself in a position where he could get assassinated for someone that isn't even going to be relevant? Probably, maybe she will be, but we don't know. She's not the nominee. But he agreed to that, and then he asked her to do a debate broadcasted by Fox News, and she's the one that declined it. She's the one that's afraid to debate. And they don't say that, right? There's no story about that, but like she would lose. I mean, again, I'm voting for Kennedy. I'm not voting for Kamala if she's the nominee, or Trump, and I'm not going to say any more than that. But like I do think it's not that I'm not going to say any more than that. I think Kamala's dumb. I really do think she's dumb. I think the Democratic Party could reach into a hat of razors and find a better nominee written in the blood that drips off their hands from reaching in that hat. That's a poor analogy, but at the same time, I mean it. She is. If you ever hear her public speak, like I don't know who's worse, Joe Biden or her. Like Joe Biden just like rambles, but Kamala doesn't talk. Like someone could ask, well, like the whole thing where they're asking her what she would do about inflation or how she would help the economy go. She's like, so first off, the cost of goods has gone up. And what does that mean? Bread is more expensive. Gas has gone up. This means the cost of living has gone up. Like she just like rambles. She just says shit that's like it's going nowhere. It doesn't make like just watch. You guys probably already know what I'm talking about, but I don't know what started all this, man. I went from Ben Armstrong to Kamala, but again, that's where it started from. I was talking about the lies, right? You don't know what the truth is, but you know what the lie is. And ABC News, I knew what the lie was. When they said Trump was afraid to debate Kamala, I'm like, okay, so this is the lie they're spinning. I don't know what the truth is. I don't know if he's not afraid or whatever. I just know what the lie is. And I didn't think he'd be afraid. She would suck at a debate. I think she'd get slaughtered. There's a reason why she didn't want to talk at the Bitcoin conference, you guys. She's not a good public speaker. And she at least knows that. She's at least got to have that kind of wherewithal. But she just said all that stuff to make it a good piece, to get people to rally behind her, like that kind of. It's a political game. But when it comes time to show, she won't show. Should we stay put in our crypto holdings or sell? I'm not selling anywhere, man. I love the panic. It brings the prices down more. I can buy it at cheaper prices. Kamala knee pads Harris. Maybe, man. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what you're saying there. I don't know. If you don't listen to the news, you're uninformed. If you listen to the news, you're misinformed. Yeah, very well said. It's good. It's good to listen to the news, be aware of the happenings in the world. But if you just treat it as the truth, you should really treat it as the lie. Like, that's probably the best way to go, honestly. From what... unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been? Like, what the fuck? What? Oh, I kind of cackle myself, too. Swing trading's good, but I just... G-Free, I've this cycle, because I'm a new dad and I'm a husband, I have taken it upon myself to take the most risk-adverse form of investing, which is to just invest and not trade at all. I'm just putting my money in at the lows, and I'm going to get out at the cycle high, right? That's the reason why. But I trade a little bit. I do trade a little bit on the side, but I don't really talk about that stuff, because what I say one day in one video, it changes within hours. It can change within the time that I make my next video. If I tell people, oh, I'm in this long right now, I'm not going to be able to hold your hand. You might not see my post whenever I say I'm selling or I'm buying more. You know what I mean? Like I do make little trades here and there with my trading account, but I don't really make that public. And that's not because I want to keep it a grand secret. It's because I don't want people to get screwed over by thinking they're following me when really they're following a specific moment in time and then getting messed up. by the moves if I'm not there to hold their hand, and I won't be there to hold their hand. Anyways, guys, I gotta go. It's been fun. Thank you. I love the trumpets too, my man. C-Zar, what cryptos are you buying? Right now, the crypto that I'm the most interested in buying is Bitcoin Cash. I'm kind of interested in buying some mining stocks too, like Riot, Marathon, CleanSpark, IREN, those ones. I'm not gonna lie, have my attention. I'm the most interested in buying Bitcoin Cash right now. That's the one that I'm the most interested in. It's like moments like this make me wish I just put all my money into Bitcoin Cash instead of all these other coins. I'm not gonna lie, but you never know, man. And all these other coins that I hold could do really well. Like Compound, I could see Compound being a good investment right now. Mana, definitely. I go back and forth on putting more into those, but then I always think about Bitcoin Cash, and I'd probably put more in Bitcoin Cash. I don't, Hogan. I don't. I was actually just talking to my wife today about getting a job. Because like I'm not making as much money from trading as it's enough to pay the bills and stuff, but it's not enough to invest like more. At times it is, but it's like if I just did what I did now, and then I had like a little side job where I made like an extra like whatever amount of money per week, I could just throw that into investing. And I don't know, it all depends, right? But like this week's definitely been a hit. I didn't make any money in my trading account over the past week because I've had some bad calls. I've been on a dry spell, and that might be why I'm thinking about it. But I haven't had a job since April, since like mid-late April, and I was talking to her about getting one, but she doesn't want me to get one, but we'll see. I don't know. Appreciate you, Ezekiel Alvarez. It's okay, man. We'll have another stream next week, probably on the same day, if not on Friday. Oh, thanks, G-Von K. Thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. I try. I do. I'm not trying to brag or whatever, but I've been in all your positions right now who are watching me, right, doing this YouTube channel shit. I will, April BB. I definitely will monetize the channel. But the thing that has annoyed me, and I'm sure it annoys all of you, and that's why I do it this way, because I know what it's like to be a viewer, man. I really do. I am a viewer. I watch everybody's YouTube channel. What I hate the most, I respect it, but it's something that annoys me, is the hustle that people have. Like, they're always trying to sell you something. They're just always trying to sell you something. There's always a hidden, and maybe it's not a hidden agenda, it's in your face agenda, but buy this course, buy this, and buying indicators, actually, I think the people like Eric Crown, who sells indicators, I think in like Tone Vase, they do that, Ben Cohen, I think those are worthwhile investments, right? You're not necessarily, you can buy a course on the indicator that comes with the indicator, that can be, but like, buy my trading strategy, pay for my courses. Nobody that I ever have known that's done stuff like that ever actually takes value from that. Nobody ever has. I've heard so many, I've not heard one person ever say positive things about those kinds of things. It's always a waste of money. They'll do it for like a month or two or maybe longer. Any person that does it longer than that, they're doing it because they want to support the person who's doing it. It's not because they feel like they're learning something, right? Because you can learn everything for free. If you're really that interested, if you're so devoted that you want to take a class, you can be your own teacher. It'll take long. It'll definitely take a long time. It's nice you have someone holding your hand, but when you pay for these classes, they're not going to hold your hand, guys. They've got hundreds of other people, thousands of other people who are paying for the same. They're not going to be able to hold your hand. They don't have a team, a big team, probably enough to do that. And that's something that just annoys me with a lot of the crypto spaces. It's like just an expectation. It doesn't matter how big the YouTube channel is, and I'll see these channels that are smaller than me that are talking about their trading courses, and maybe they're great, maybe they are. Likely they're not. Likely they're not worth it. Like, what are they going to tell you there? They're gonna keep things from you on their YouTube channel. They're going to avoid making a good call for everybody to see just so that they can make a little bit of cash on. Like, it all comes out. I don't know, man. And maybe I'm wrong again, like I don't know everybody's thing, and it's not true for everybody, but just for a large bit of it, it really does. It's something that I've just always, as a viewer, been like, okay, like, let's skip through your advertisements. Like, I appreciate it, but let's get back to the meat of the video. You don't need to shill me on your on your stuff. And there have been channels. There are people who I have supported. I've tipped or I contributed to their Patreon, you know, stuff like that, because I wanted to support them. You know, that's okay. But like the hustler, and I respect the hustle. I do. I get it. People got to eat. People got to make money. But what I don't appreciate is people who pretend to be successful traders or investors when really you do the math and they're probably making more off of these courses they're selling than they are making trades, right? Like they make bad call after bad call after bad call, and you can tell it's like, how are you making money? It's like, oh, you're charging $1,000 for a course, you're charging $5,000 for a course, no, and you've got 300, 400,000 subscribers. No wonder you're making money, right? Like, of course you are. It's like, I don't know, man. Anyways, again, I respect the hustle. I get it. It's just not my style. And I feel like I'm talking shit. I'm not trying to. I'm really not, because I do have associates who I talk to on Discord who have their own YouTube channels who promote their own stuff, right? And then people who aren't even in the crypto space on YouTube, people who are out, well, they're in the crypto space, but they're not on YouTube, and they're out doing their own thing, and they're like financial advisors, you know, and it's like, I do all that. I don't do financial advice, but like I do analysis for free. You know what I mean? Like, and like these guys are new to the market. I don't know. They're not experienced. Like it just. But again, I feel like I'm just hating on them. The more I talk about it, I'm not trying to do that. So I'm gonna end the video there with the hate. Much love, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Dragon Riders ride. We're gonna ride for sure. I do have a wonderful wife. She's very sweet. Yeah, I do too, man. I really do too, Cui Bono. Yeah. Well, they might not make money on the subscriptions to their newsletters, Ezekiel Alvarez. I don't know. There might be some like ad revenue if it's like through a website. They might get something like that, but probably not. Not if it's like free. No, they probably don't. They might make money through like advertisement. If you like if you sign up to a newsletter, you have to go through a website and there's ads on it. They're probably making monetizations from that. It's free for you, but they are making money off of it. But no, like we're not talking about making money. I'm talking about like private classes or like special programs, stuff like that. You know? Anyways, guys, I'm gonna end the video for real. Thank you all for being here. Anybody that's doing the hustle for crypto, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to talk smack, man. Keep doing your hustle. Do your thing. But understand, right, that people appreciate it more if you're gonna do the hustle. Like, actually do the work. Make it worth it. Don't just do it because everybody else does it, because it's this thing that just happens in crypto. Don't be like everybody else in that sense. That's why I don't do it. I would have no problem doing a paid group if I could actually have the time, if I had a team, if I had the ability to tend to everybody 24/7 around the clock, but I can't provide that service. So why would I charge you that money? Like, just because there's suckers out there and people who will pay for it, that doesn't stand right in my opinion. So anyways, guys, enough. Take it easy. I appreciate you guys. Chris Green's kind of cool. I don't know. I think he's kind of crazy, but he's kind of cool. That's awesome though. Good. That's nice, right? I like people who do that kind of stuff. You know, they work with people if they really want to. If you found that it was worth it, and I think that he's an entrepreneur. I know he does a lot of work like for himself as well, but that's kind of a person, again, you know, on another note, he's kind of like another hustler, but I don't know enough about him, man. I don't know enough about him. Maybe his programs are worth it, you know. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I don't know. He seems cool. He does seem cool. He seems out there, but he would be someone that I would definitely want to party with in real life. I think he'd be a lot of fun. He seems like a good guy. But anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. What other live channel? I don't know, Hogan. Eric Crown, Crown's crypto channel. Eric Crown Crypto. Watch his channel. He'll probably be live in like 6 hours or so. Or maybe in like 2 hours or 4 hours, somewhere in that time frame.